Cheveri from Costa Rica, 33rd in points. Alex Riley, 35th in points. At the moment, Riley is the last driver in this race who is in. Here's your starting lineup. Emerson McAndrew, Uren and Lucian Smith on row number 1. Row 2, Ryan White and Alfie Ward. The first non-British driver is Kaito Lloyd from Japan. The farmer, Tom Reed, Vicente Capella and Hugo Fuentes. Then Enzo Di Janeiro and Mark Moya. Isaac Yoon and Jeff Verbeek from Belgium, that's row 6. Ahmed Al Khalifa and Arthur Farrow are next. Now, these are the drivers that need a good result. Saffron, Zevitao and Taramat Vejabuti. Samuel Cheveri and Alex Riley. Everyone else from here on back is currently not in the main event. We look Turkey, Argentina, Italy. Now we're down to the drivers that are rank outsiders. These are the drivers that need a miracle. We don't have live timing up here in the commentary box, unfortunately. We only have what you will see on the Alpha Live ticker. Let's go racing. This is the most critical race for some. It will be their last race for some this year. Lights are out, 10 laps. We are off and racing. McAndrew Uren leads the field through turn number 1 under the lights here in Bahrain. 36 karts safely through the opening corner. Now to turn number 5. Change for second place between two of the British drivers. I think that may have been Ryan White passing Lucian Smith.
Yeah, and it looks correct to me as well. Henry, I've managed to pull up the timing here on my phone, but also just not getting it to reboot. But Emerson McAndrew Uren doing exactly what he's done throughout all the heat races. He's gotten a great start, he's gotten a great launch, and he's got his head down, hoping to break the slip and get away from this pack. But two drivers chasing him, Ryan White and Lucian Smith, will be working together on board with Kaito Lloyd from Japan. He's got two drivers, riders outside there into the final sector. It's not only nerve-wracking for those who just outside the top 36, those that are close to the 36 on the overall standings and it's fitting inside, just inside the top 10, are going to be hoping to keep their noses clean. They don't want anything happening. It looks like there might be a move for the lead here, or are we going to try and push forward like they have done in the previous heats? Emerson McAndrew Uren obviously hoping that the two drivers behind him would rather push away from the pack than fight with him for the victory. There is no real point in trying to win a pre-final if you're inside the top 3. This is just to get the grid right for the final if you are inside that top 5.
Yes, indeed. Big movers down the order. Mark Moya dropping 6 places from 10-16.
Oh, 126.
126. That is Julian Gobeo from Ecuador. I know the Condor from Ecuador, Julian Rivera, who was a top 5 driver in the Micromax Grand Finals here a couple of years ago, is watching. Julian Gobeo, who was already a little bit far down the order, is now 47th. It's game over for the young driver from Ecuador. As you follow the action on track, Arthur Farrow has dropped 4 places down to 18th. He's now going to be nervous. Big movers. Samuel Cheveri from Costa Rica has up to 12th. Will the only driver from Costa Rica, that would be plenty good enough to get him into the main event as things stand.
Oh, driver very wide there. It looked like a Portuguese suit. It might have been a Capella. Very, very wide on the exit turn head. As we look at this train, this gaggle of 7 or 8 carts trying to get themselves higher up into the top 10. There's the mess behind as they come down through the corkscrew and into the final sector. A lot of moving going on, but we were looking at a 3-cart battle in the front. It's turned into a 4-cart battle, and just behind that, Vicente Capella trying to push on to get onto the back. Drivers watching from the outside. That's Ollie Spencer.
Alfie Mayer.
Keeping an eye to see what they can learn from this pre-final race. It was 6 laps in the heats. We're now doing 10.
Yes,
so whether
indeed.
or not these 4 are going to try and fight for 10, because there's a group of 3 carts behind them looking to get back into the fray, but it's starting to race now. 108 down the inside of Emerson. Emerson opens the door and loses a position at the same time.
Yeah, Lucian Smith now in the lead. McAndrew Uren didn't defend. Smart driving. He's dropped to 3rd position. Up into P2 is Ryan White, the Scotsman. Vicente Capella there in 6th position. He's got a brand new crash helmet design, gold chrome, and on that crash helmet there are the skyline of Bahrain and the Bahrain International Circuit. Thank you to Dan Wagstaff. Timing has been restored. Isaac Yoon runs
He's
in
losing
8th
a place
position.
now to...
And that is...
Capella's just gone past.
Capella up into P5 now. We'll keep looking on the bubble. Enrico Vieira Lima.
Emerson back to the front.
Sorry, Kyle. Enrico Vieira Lima started 19th up to 16th. Is that going to be enough? Mick Clinkers is on the move as well. Jokubus Vaskelis is up to 16th from 21st on the grid, going the wrong way. Jeff Verbeek is down to 19th. He could be racing his way out. Problems for Samuel Cheveri. Cheveri drops back to 21st place. He was 33rd in points coming into this. That could be critical. Thanawat Vejabuti from Thailand has dropped from 16th down to 26th. That will probably mean his Grand Finals ends now unless he can remarkably come back. Michinaga Fujiwara having a great run up to 20th place. But action back at the front, Kyle.
Yeah, Emerson doing the same thing again. He sees the pass coming. He opens the door. He doesn't want to make it too difficult for these drivers to get past him. I know it sounds strange to say, but any mixing, moving and shaking happening in the front is just allowing the rest of the pack back onto him. That driver leading that chase, Vicente Capella, he's had some real pace throughout the heats. You mentioned Mick Clinkers, though.
Yep.
Henry, down in 43rd at the moment on overall standing. So moving up to 17th, making a big difference for him to get him into that final race for the minis. But it all depends on the other group as Emerson makes the move back to the front in the final sector as he did the previous lap. He's left the door open into the double right. He's going to become under massive pressure now as they go into turn 1. He goes defensive, he moves over, and he managed to hang on to that 2nd place. Through the roller coaster they go now.
Because it's not quite as simple as if you win the pre-final, you're on the front row of the grid for the final. It's all an accumulation of points, which means it's going to get more tasty at the
there's Capella.
Than you thought. Here comes Capella. Hugo Fuentes in the red and yellow of Spain now moves into, well, Luke Millward, that's Luke Millward's number. He said it's a fast number. Hugo Fuentes is proving that it is. We have got a lead group of, count them, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hugo Fuentes doing everything right. He's currently down in 15th overall. Now there are 2 groups. Reason there's being 2 groups, there's 72. We can only race 36 at a time. So Hugo Fuentes scoring as many possible points as he can in this pre-final to improve his starting position for the final. Emerson is not defending and not fighting because he has a good start in the final as it is. Fuentes, though, is going to be giving it his all, and so is Capella, to get themselves in a better position for the start of the final.
McAndrew Uren has got 150 points, 3 wins, 50 points apiece for a win. His nearest rival in this race is Lucian Smith on 123 points. So McAndrew Uren can afford to finish outside the top 3 and still sit on pole for the main event. At the back of the group, Enzo Di Janeiro from the USA now joins in. In this group, you've got Alfie Ward, who is your new leader, the driver that took the 394th and final ticket to this event. He only had it confirmed that he was going to race here 2 weeks before he was due to leave. And now he leads the pre-final. Fuentes, 3 wide into P4. At the back of the group, Isaac Yoon and Enzo Di Janeiro join in. The farmer, Tom Reed. Here we go, Kyle Lawrence.
We're about to start a penultimate lap. Emerson McAndrew down the inside. We were 3 wide into turn 1. Great switchback as well from that Lucien Smith car to get himself up into second place. The top 3 were starting to get away, but they've started fighting again. Hugo Fuentes is now up to 4th place. He leaves the door open. Contact, unfortunately, there. That looked like Isaac Uni did so well to get himself into that mix for the fight for the front. But unfortunately, he's dropped well off it now with only 2 laps left to go.
I mean, he hasn't dropped the position. He's been about to be swallowed up, as are the rest of the league group. But, 164 and 154. That is Samuel Chiveri. Costa Rica have just had their hearts broken. And the other driver involved, I think, was Santino Mateo. Yes, from Argentina. It will not be a happy Saturday for Costa Rica or Argentina. Now, Mark Moyer, 9th, Arthur Farrow, 10th, Alex Riley, 11th. Ireland are going to have a driver in the final of Minimax. Alfie Ward has dropped to 14th. Did we miss something? It's the final lap. McAndrew Uren leads from Smith, from White, Reed, Fuentes, Capella, De Janeiro, Yoon. Mark Moyer from Romania is having Romania's best ever run here. His mechanic Barros is very, very happy, and you can see Moyer in the Romanian livery race suits with the big teeth of Count Dracula on the back of them.
I'm sure his mechanic will be very, very happy if he can remain there. But on the last lap, Emerson McAndrew had 3 car lengths of space away from these 2 chasing behind him, but it looks like it's disappeared. It's the final lap of this pre-final A. Emerson McAndrew is going to come through the final corner unbothered and cross the start-finish line to take another win here in Bahrain. That's 4 from 4 with his customary little thumbs up.
Undefeated so far. You have no idea how difficult that is. We watch the rest of the finishers cross the line. 33 of them have. Let's have a look at the provisional results. It's safe to say we're going to see all these drivers in the main event tomorrow. Especially well done to Yoon, to Moyer and to Riley for getting this far. Now Arthur Farrow in, Kaito Lloyd in, Ahmed Al Khalifa from Bahrain in, Alfie Ward will be in. Now we are looking at the risky ones. 16th to Michinaga Fujiwara. It's still going to take a miracle, but that was one heck of a drive from the young Japanese pilot. Enrico Lima from Brazil. 19th to 17th. That's going to be close. Mick Klinkers. That is going to be close. Well, Enrico was 37th in points, Kyle. He's moved up a couple of positions. A lot of it will depend on nose cone penalties, track limit penalties, and what happens in the next race. Further down the order, well, Safron Zeviteu from Kyrgyzstan drops to 19th. Zeviteu was in points 29th. He's going to be a very nervous young Kyrg. Finn Albert Jorgensen.
Thank you.
Right, that was hearing from M himself after a 4 out. That it doesn't happen often at a grand finals that you are able to take.
Nope,
4
it does
out
not.
of 4.
It just shows you how good Emerson McAndrew Uren is. Here we go then with pre-final B. Alfie Mir and Oliver Spencer share the front row. On row number 2, Austin Oman and Riley Murrow. Julian Duemer and the Cookie Monster, Josh Cook are next. Giovanni Pistori and Patapol Guganjanasat. Brody Cooper Dowling and Alexander Kristoff round out your top 10, followed by Chen Yi Cho and Revan Dev Preetham. Leon Herberts and Bruno Gajewski are next, and now the drivers on the bubble. Ronald Kuhn, Tigo Holthausen. At the moment, these drivers are the last 2 in. Cristobal Olchese and Augusto Salamari. These are the drivers that are on the outside looking in. Lappins, Gugo, Andrews, Messi, Mankanen, Bring the Noise, Keish Moyes, Gill, Sanguinetti, Gerok, Grantins, Yarosevich, Lujan, Jeffrey. We're not going to have Matthias Drexler out there, so 35 drivers. Kyle Lawrence, the anticipation is growing. Let's see who makes it in the next race.
You can see the concentration through the eyes of these drivers with their clear visors on to race at night. Ollie Spencer looking to get a good run around the outside. It looks like Alfie Mayer looking deep into his eyes on the start there. He was only looking straight over at Ollie Spencer. He's managed to make it through turn 1 in the lead. Ollie looking for that sweeping line through the corkscrew. The reason he's doing that because he wants that line there. He wants the inside, and he's gotten it done before the breaking point of turn number 5. So great job from Ollie Spencer to get himself into the lead there. He complained of engine issues earlier on in the heats. They seem to have sorted it out. He had 2 second places. But here we see the racing is starting early. We didn't see this in the first pre-final. We had 3 or 4 drivers trying to push away, but not in this group. In this group, they're racing from lap 1. Still Ollie Spencer in the lead with Alfie Mayer looking to get that position back in front.
When Ollie Spencer is in the mood, he is virtually unbeatable. However, when he is in a mood, he can lose himself a race very easily.
Brody Cooper moving his way up there now. We saw in shot, showing the drivers behind him. Let's move forward. Let's not lose the front group.
Yeah.
The racing has started, but you don't want to lose this front group. You need to be in this group to move forward for the starting position of the final. The top 10 here pretty much already into the final.
Yep.
It's whether or not they're going to start high up or low down.
I finished the point on Ollie Spencer. His mechanic and coach, Lewis Hall, works very, very closely with Ollie, not just on the mechanicking side of things, but on the mental strategy side of things. A wheel-to-wheel touch there. At the end of the first practice session, I saw Ollie walking back, and this was on Sunday or Monday, and he was like, no, rubbish, 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 slow, rubbish, rubbish. You know, Lewis Hall looked at me and sort of shrugged. He was like, it's not. You know, he calmed Ollie down and has got Ollie in the right frame of mind. It's so important for these drivers. Oh, no! Oh, my word. Oliver Spencer out of the race lead. That is... well, I mean, he wasn't going backwards. Was that an issue, or was that a mechanical failure? It broke.
The brake pedal broke.
It broke. Oh, Ollie had everything right. He had his mind right. He had the cart right. He had his attitude right. And then Lady Luck deserts him. He will still make the final. He will be a long way back. Watch. Well, there's one highlight reel incoming for the final tomorrow. Watch Oliver Spencer make his way through the field. He will make it in, but he will not be near the front. Let's focus now. Lap 3 out of 10. Murrow, Cook, Mayer, and Oman. A British 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 wide. Giovanni Pistori from Italy.
Where is he off to?
He was off to the VIP section. He wanted to watch the race at the Rotax Club. Behind Pistori, Chen Yi Cho from Chinese Taipei and the island of Taiwan. Julian Duema, Brody Cooper Dowling. India, Rivan Dev Pritham is 9th. 2 years ago, Rivan Dev Pritham came to the Grand Finals as one of the very few drivers from India and finished stone last. He's not going to finish stone last this time. He's going to make the final as long as he stays put where he is. Now, Alexander Christoph has dropped from 10th on the grid to 17th. He is going to start becoming very nervous. Also, Tigo Holthausen down to 21st. Augusto Salame from Chile was the last driver. He was 36th in points, and he's dropped 2 places in the race to 20th. Going the other way, Bring the Noise, Keish Moyes, Jude Andrews, Marcel Meze. Saw Jude Andrews' dad. He said, we got to come up with a little bit of magic, but we think we're going to do it. Well, Jude is talking about magic. Can Jude pull a rabbit out of the hat?
We go back to the front battle here. We had Riley Morrow trying to get away with Alfie Mayer. They were pushing each other on, but it doesn't seem to be helping because it looks like the pack behind have settled down and closed it up again. This circuit in Bahrain is so difficult to get away. Even two carts working together can't make it happen. But we've got a front group now of 8 carts involved. Brody Cooper Darling leading the back of this pack to try and get onto the front group. They've settled down as well to make this a race. But at the moment, it's Morrow and Mur in the front of the group. Cook, the Cookie Monster, Micro Max champion, looking for a way pass down into turn 1. Big defensive moves there.
Duema and Cook the sides. Well, they give each other racing room. It brings Pistori back into the picture, and it gives the top 2 a chance to pull away. But they're going to go side by side. The crossover. Morrow, the human highlight reel, back into P1.
That was a textbook crossover move, a textbook switchback, if I've ever seen one. Brody Darling trying the same through turn number 5. He hasn't quite got the run. He's on the outside through the long sweeping turn number 10. He's going to have to filter back in. On the outside of turn 2 as well is Giovanni Pastore. He's been trying to move himself up the grid all weekend. Every single heat race, we see him off the front row, but he's had to fight in every heat.
Now, we have got, well, we got the 2 leaders, and then 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 8th place, Brody Cooper Dowling. The next 2 carts in line, Riven Dev Pritham for Team India, and Patapol Gukanjanasat for Thailand. Then it's Peru, Cristobal Ricci Olchese, followed by Bruno Gajewski, Jude Andrews. Well, Bahrain have already got 1 driver, Ahmed Al Khalifa in the Minimax final. Can Jude Andrews make it 2? He's going the right way about it. Lappins, Mezzi, Christoph in trouble. Then it's Holthausen. Bring the noise. Is bringing it up to 19th. I still don't think that's going to be enough for Keish Moyes. Salame is down to 20th. Then it's Luan, Gill, Grantin, Sanguinetti, Vladimir Gugo. He's dropped back. Leon Herberts from Belgium. Herberts was 26th in points. The 2 Belgians in the point standings have both had a shocker. Verbeek and Herbots, will either of them make it in? We don't know yet.
Back up now to the front, through the roller coaster we go. It's Morrow still leading from there. Behind them, Cook is bringing Pastore with the chase to the front. Ahmad ahead of Duema. Cooper Darling moves himself up to 7th ahead of Chow. And just behind that, we've got Dev Pritham looking to get himself up into a better position. He's down the inside into that turn number 5. Turn number 8. He's made the move but ran wide and lost the place.
I mean, this is something, you know, for Olchese, Dev Pritham and Gukanjanasat, just stay put. You have my permission in the live chat to flood it with images of your national flags. We're seeing lots of Latvians, lots of Filipinos, lots of Taiwanese, lots of Danes. Don't let the Philippines be the only people in the chat with the flags. Put your flags in. Who are you supporting?
We're talking about our supporters in our live chat. 2,000 odd individuals watching us live.
3,000.
3,000 individuals watching us live at the moment. Massive thank you to all of you. Make sure you like, share, and get this out all over your social media. The more, the merrier. We want to grow karting as a sport as a whole. And why not use this as a platform? Brody Cooper Darling up into 7th place, looking to defend. He kept that position from Chow, but up in the front, Morrow now getting nervous of his first place. He's had to go defensive, and it's become a 4-car battle for the lead. The other 2 groups behind aren't far behind, so any sort of movement now in the front of this final lap, we could see all these drivers fighting for the lead. For the lead, though, there goes Mayer, and here comes Cook for a way pass, but nothing doing.
We'll start lap number 10. Alfie Mayer, a tribute crash helmet. The white feather, the initials of those no longer with us. Oh, that was Pistori.
Hip and shoulder.
And that went a bit wrong. Oh, who was that? Was that Morrow? It looked like it was Morrow. 3 wide at a turn number 5. Who's going to come up there trying to go 4 wide?
We're going to go 4 in.
into turn number 5. It's the 1-4-0. Austin Omar Pistore over the grass. He's going to have to give a couple of places back there, is the Italian, I am sure. Austin Oman. Was that Oman running wide?
Mir.
It was Mir running wide. Mir on the inside. Here we go. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. Down the hill. This is a bun fight if ever I saw one.
We're going to go down into the last sector. 3 abreast contact.
Oh, no. It went wrong.
That was Chow.
And there's a lot of defensive. Ooh, that's Alfie May. The stewards are going to be looking at the last lap of this one very, very closely, I feel. Let's take you through the results on the line. Alfie May, Joshua Cook, Riley Murrow. Yes, the colour of that moon might reflect the mood of some of the drivers. It's a Rotax coloured moon, but it is red. Some of the drivers have just seen red. There is the provisional result on your screen. Let's take you through it. Mir, Cook, Murrow, Pistore, Oman, in top 5. Brody Cooper Dowling, P6. Revan Dev Preetham, I can see plenty of Indian flags in the live chat. He is in the final. Duema, 6th, 8th. Patapog Yukunjanasat, welcome to the final Thailand. Welcome to the final Peru with Cristobal Richie Olchese. Ronald Kuhn from South Africa, 2 South Africans in the main event. He was 30th in points, that will be enough. Martins Lapins from Latvia, 38th in points. He finishes 12th. Then Alexander Christoph, Chen Yi Cho. They should be in this race. We've got France, Hungary. We have got, looking further back, who else have we got in this race? We've got the United States. We've got the Philippines. Get those flags in. Here we go. Jacob Ashcroft, Nikita Lubimov, row 1. Alexei Bayerjon, Nick Brakelj, row 2. Valentino Manta, Rory Armstrong, Roivers, Adriansen, Saravale, Nielsen, then Kai Clark, Owen Baroni. These are all pretty safe. These are the drivers who are a little bit nervous. And the last driver in at the moment, Albi Lappers, 35th in points. Davin Roberts is 37th. Netchifor, Erlet, Kappen, Abbas, Nakano, they've all got a shot. Here are the outsiders, the ones who need a karting miracle. Norway, Latvia, Lebanon, South Africa, Rafael Zanas, Demir Ali, Malaysia, and there is Yuan Bugayong. This is a really critical moment now for the drivers, isn't it, Miguel?
It really is, especially for those who are in the 36 to maybe even the 33s.
Yep. It could go wrong very, very quickly. Let's see. 11 laps. Ashcroft trying to defend. Lubimov trying to make it 2 Grand Finals wins here in Bahrain in the space of 4 years. The lights are out, we're up and racing. Jacob Ashcroft has the lead in turn number 1. Lubimov on the outside. Alexei Bayerjon on the inside. Bayerjon into P2. Oh, at the back, there's a couple of spinners. Photographers go scattering left, right, and centre. And the leaders, though, good, clean start. That is what everyone would have wanted. What do you see, Miguel? What have we made of the start?
From what I can tell, everyone is trying their best to... Ooh, someone just jumped the curb over there.
Yeah, jumped the curb. There's Davin Roberts, very tall driver. Roberts, he said, look, he's just a bit too tall. He's 13 and 6'2". There's Nathan Kappen. Roberts has been fighting from a very bad qualified position, keeping it clean. I don't think Roberts has had a pushback, but a penalty, as they call it in the States. Now, this is interesting. Alexei Bayerjon. Oh, look at, there's Kappen, 3 wide. Now that is the battle pack. You can see Netchifor in there. These are the drivers that are fighting for their lives, aren't they?
They are, actually.
On board with Nikita Lyubimov, running in P4 up to turn number 5. Now he's obviously defending because that was a tight line, wasn't it?
It was. Maybe he was fighting for I believe P4.
Yep. And look at the queue of carts behind him.
That's a lot of drivers, aren't there?
Yeah. Now of course, you know he wants to be as far. Let's have a look. There's a bit of an action replay coming up. What can we see from this? This is spin at the back. And that was Norway, Milan Arvid Sandvik, and I think Greece, George Anakostopoulos. But they were starting down at the back, and oh no, who was that at the back? I can't quite. Oh, that was Eli Haddad, Lebanon, going backwards. Eli Haddad was 57th in points. He wasn't going to make it realistically anyway. Ashcroft, Bayerjon, Braselch, Lyubimov, Armstrong, Seravalli, and Jeremy Roivers. Let's see how much tyre Jeremy Roivers has got left. Is that right, Miguel?
Yeah. But from what I can tell, I think he's doing quite well, to be honest.
Yeah, there's Nathan Capon picking up places. Nathan made a mistake yesterday. It almost cost him, but he knows he's still got a chance, doesn't he?
He does. Where is he starting?
He was starting 22nd. He's up to 16th already.
Not bad. After 3 laps of 10 places.
Yep, and he was 43rd in points. Oh, there's running very wide there was Kai Clark, Christian Sejersen from Belgium. That's a great shot. Just shows how quick the direction change is going to be. Now, the drivers who don't look like they're turning the steering wheel, they're the drivers whose carts are set up well. Change for P2. Nick Brakelch up into second place. Bayerjon is being patient. Ashcroft is, in the points, Ashcroft 144 points. He's pretty much guaranteed himself pole position. So, even if Bayerjon fights tooth and nail to get into the lead, he's still not going to start the final from pole position. I wonder if we're going to see. Well, of course, we're not going to see the top 3 come. Here's the move. A win is a win, though, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, it is. Prideful, that's all it counts. But from what I can tell, Ashcroft is just trying to buy this time. He knows that it's an early race, but okay, never mind. He went for an overtake.
Yep, and Bayerjon trying to go through as well. This is going to bring Lyubimov into play. Look at the Estonian closing in. And Ashcroft defending on lap 5. Bayerjon right behind him. Brakelch back to P3. Then Lyubimov now has caught them. Behind them, Roivers, Armstrong, Seravalli, Sejersen, Manta, Clark, Adriansen, Lappa. Now that's a dangerous position. The 2-2-4 cart of Rodrigo Caicas. And I couldn't quite get the other number. Well, it'll be the car. It was Paolo De Grandi. Paolo De Grandi from Italy. They were pretty much,
tangled up.
Yeah, and they were out of contention anyway. Now, I tell you what, I'll look at the point situation. If anything happens, you cut in, Miguel. At the moment, there goes Valentino Manta dropping down the order. He's down to 20th. He should be okay. William Sterup Nielsen from 10th to 18th. He's going to be nervous about that. Tiago Palatini and Lenny Robin Olagash, they haven't made any movement. They're still 16th and 17th. Luca Holmes Ballack is on a mission. He's up to 19th place. Who else is making a move? Oh, Davin Roberts has dropped to 22nd at the moment. That's not good for Roberts, as we've got a 5-cart battle for the race lead. And Thiago Palantini now drops to 20th. On board with Nikita Lyubimov. Talk us through what Lyubimov's going to be thinking now.
Probably trying to buy this time, finding a right decision, and also trying to close in into 244, which is our own friend, Nick Baralczyk.
Yeah,
trying to find the gap to actually close in. But I can tell that Jeremy Roivers is closing in also.
Yep, we've now got a lead number 5. Here comes Roivers. Oh, Lyubimov squeeze wide. Gets back across through turn number 6. Will he make a move? Bayerjon knows he's there. Lubimov.
Going in the outside, a bit wide in my opinion, but
The door was half open. You've got to go.
yep.
Look
Whatever shot you take it.
Exactly. And now joining the back is Leonardo Saravale in cart number 258, 2 Canadians. But just that one move from Lubimov. Look at the lead that Ashcroft has got. Rivers to the inside. Brakelch coming back. Bayerjon to the outside. Oh, Alexei Bayerjon. That was the mechanics the fans watch on intently. Look at the way this circuit ebbs and flows. It rises and falls like a sand-coated fairground ride. Up towards turn number 5, Brakelch on Saravale. Saravale gets sent into the shadow realm. Down. There's Kai Clark. Clear visor. Cart 204. Albie Lapper. Check where it... Cart 239 and cart 246. Lapper and Kappen. They're the big moves. There they are, working together. At the moment, they started this race. Lapper on the bubble, Kappen out of it. Nathan Kappen is following the rock and roll star, Albie Lapper. That's a very wobbly looking front bumper for Saravale. Brakelch is going to try and deal with that. Oh, Saravale, easy over. Brakelch sticks it up the inside. There's another place for Kai Clark. Behind Kai Clark, Peru with Amaru. Oh, Brakelch is getting... This could get a little bit nasty if we're not careful. Driver's got to calm down. Here comes Amaru Adriansen up the inside of Kai Clark. Good move, Miguel.
It was a good move. Every one of these drivers are doing exactly what they need to do to get up ahead, to get the points needed to get to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, and look at Kappen, head down, pushing on. He's another tall driver. Hunched down behind the NASA panel. Kappen, 9th place, up 13 places. That could be enough. Kappen could be racing his way in for the black and gold Falcons of the United Arab Emirates. Albie Lapper, his grandmother, his grandfather, who I know has got a few issues at the moment. I hope that Grandad is watching and cheering, and I hope Nanny Bams hasn't spilt her gin all over the living room floor yet, because the rock and roll star, Albie Lapper, is on course to make the final. Then we have Vilicic, 2nd, Colmadieros, 13th, Armstrong, Robbie Lolagash, Baroni, Luca Holmes, Balak. I'm not quite sure if 16th place is going to be enough. As we look further back, Roberts is still only 23rd. That's probably not going to be enough either. Up at the front, lap 10 out of 11. Can Lubimov catch Ashcroft, Miguel?
I mean, there's always a chance if the Ashcroft is not being a bit more consistent. But from what I can tell, with what Ashcroft has been doing this entire weekend, Ashcroft has been consistent.
Yes, he has. There's Lubimov. He'll get a slipstream. He's in the rhythm. Ashcroft checking over his shoulder. Ashcroft goes a little bit defensive. Now that is going to give Lubimov a run. Roivers is the man to watch. Roivers, watch for a crossover coming out of turn number 8. Look at Roivers. Outside. He's going to try the switch back. Not quite yet. This is the final lap. And
Maybe
watch out for Bayerjon.
Maybe going up into corkscrew, he might go over Lubinov.
Oh, Lubimov hugging the inside line. Look at Bayerjon. Now, this is the last chance. Ashcroft's going to have to make this very wide. Good, sensible driving. Ashcroft is going to hold on. Final corner. Ashcroft, Lubimov, Roivers, Bayerjon, Brakelch and Saravale, 5th and 6th, Clark, Nathan Kappen. All you hope now is that Kappen doesn't get a nose cone penalty. Because that was one heck of a drive, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, considering he made such a mistake yesterday, to come back and shrug that off. How, as a driver, how do you do that? How easy is it to just, as we look at the results, how easy is it to just shake a mistake off and go back?
Well, there are different ways for other drivers, but in my case, honestly, just learn from the mistakes and just I don't know, have a good dinner. It really depends.
Have a nice sleep.
Have a nice sleep, have a good dinner,
Yep.
maybe take a cold shower and then go sleep.
Yep, indeed. Now, we look at the results. It looks like it will be Grand Finals over for Kazuki Nakano, Milan Sandvik, Rodrigo Cakers, Paolo De Grande, Eli Haddad. Now, here's an interesting one. Tiago Palatini. It's game over for Argentina. Palatini from 31st in points. He finishes down in 31st. Yuan Bugayong, 30th place. I've never seen such support on the live chat for a driver. Pre-final B, Junior Rotax, Rayan Gandor, Tigan the Tiger Sakano up on row number 1, Albie Friend, Martin Soltis on row number 2. Row number 3, Harry Freeman and Antoine Grissel. Then Kevin Pollock and Thomas Hart. New Zealand on row 4, Panustin Monkong, Vince van der Halen. Row 5, Max Sadursky, Daniel Voinov. Row 6, Ben McLaughlin, Machos Masinas, Denny Babicek and Branislav Renka. Now, last 2 drivers currently in, Mateo Padone and Isan Seng. These are the drivers outside the top 36. And one driver stopping on the outside, Campbell, Capusta, Ferreira, Vengsten, Sensia, Sekiguchi. And I'm trying to see who that is, if we can get a number check. It's a Belgian driver. Belgium have had an absolute shocker so far today. Herbert Verbeek. Is that Vince van der Halen?
It is.
It's the 268. Oh my word. What do you think he's trying to do there, Miguel? He's trying to connect a fuel pipe.
Could be the fuel pipe, to be honest. Maybe it wasn't strapped in a bit.
He's trying to get that kart restarted. It doesn't look like it's going to go. Has the engine flooded now, maybe? Oh, dear. Oh, no. Vince van der Halen. He's got it going. Whoa, he's got it going, but he's going to miss the start. Are they going to give it a start? Are they going to give the start? Gandor and Sakano. Lights are green. We're off and racing. Into turn number 1. Gandor has the advantage. Vince van der Halen was 20th in points.
This could really hurt him, to be honest.
It could, you know. Let's see where he crosses the line as we start the second 11-lap pre-final.
Oh, he pit in.
And it's over. Right, it's not over yet, but that looks very, very likely that van der Halen will not make the main event. But as one door closes, another one opens. Now the drivers in this race, they may not be aware that van der Halen's not out there, but your likes of, Babicek, Renka, Padone, Seng, Campbell, Capusta, Ferreira, Vengestaten, Sincere, Sekiguchi, they'll all be thinking, right, I've got my opportunity as we head into lap number 2. Gandor leads from Albie Friend, Tigan Sakano. The Tiger is getting its claws out, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. Going after Friend over there.
Yep, a lot of action back at the back. Some drivers running wide. Quite a clean opening lap. Hamish Campbell, one of the drivers. Well, Campbell was 37th in, Campbell was 38th in points, and he's dropped 2 places in this race. Here comes Albie Friend to the inside. New leader, Albert Friend. Out of the corkscrew down the hill. Mechanical failure, Eduardo Salamonde. Salamonde from Brazil. Well, he was starting at the back, and his Grand Finals is over. Now, Friend defending early on, lap number 3. That's going to upset a lot of people behind him. Friend's got to do what Friend's got to do, hasn't he?
Yep, especially since he knows that Gandor is a quick driver. And I believe, maybe pride aside, he wants to try and win this.
Now, Kyle Lawrence has got some breaking news for us down in the pits. What have you got for us, mate?
Yeah, Henry, unfortunately, I've managed to catch up with Van der Halen's car to see what had gone wrong. It looks as though the fuel pipe had fallen off on the filter just behind the tank. So he did try and get it plugged back in and carry on, but unfortunately it all was null and void with the start of the race going ahead without him. So just a bit of heads up, the fuel pipe dislodged from the fuel filter, Henry.
Oh, you called it absolutely correctly there, Miguel, the fuel pipe. And we saw a bit of a disaster up at the corkscrew for Thomas Hart and Martin Soltis. Soltis in car 255 from Slovakia spun, and that driver there, Thomas Hart from New Zealand, ploughed into him, had nowhere to go. Hart's got a puncture. Where were they in the points? Well, Soltis was 8th. He'll still be okay. We will see him in the final,
but not in the front.
Not at the front. Thomas Hart, 16th in points. That should be okay. Oh no! The 216 and the 234 come together. The 216 is, that would be Yimi Sarayurvi, and the 234, that is Akito Yokoyama.
I believe I saw a bumper just out of there.
Really? Which, sorry, was that Miguel?
There was a bumper out, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean...
There was a lot of chaos in this race.
You were right. I tell you what, one of our camera ops has said Marcus Papp from Hungary in car 267 is missing a bumper. And I mean, this is the battling at the back of the field. These are the drivers that are just, it's a coin in American football term, they're throwing Hail Marys. And sometimes, you know,
you gotta take the risk.
Those Hail Marys get intercepted and returned for an opposition touchdown. At the front, it's a little bit more calm. Hamish Campbell up to 12th position. There is a nose cone, so you were right. There it is. Campbell up to 12th. Let's have a look. Shun Sekiguchi from 24th to 14th. The International Trophy Asian champion now, Albie Friend, has just got to be a little bit careful. Defending is one thing. Over-defending is another. But that all seems to be okay. Into turn number 4. And I will say this, that Albie Friend, he's another driver with a new mechanic, young Matthew Herbert. Lee Taylor, he'll be watching this back home, Albie's old mechanic, and I'm sure Lee will be filled with pride because a lot of the reason we're seeing Albie Friend at the front is the work that he has done with Lee Taylor over the past 2 years. And it would be remiss of me not to mention that. I have to say that, yeah, Albie Friend has worked very hard. His dad, George, and his new mechanic, Matthew Herbert. But, you know, Lee Taylor, Albie Friend owes a lot to that man, to helping him get to this point. The crowd look on intently. They cannot take their eyes off this battle. Why? Because we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 carts. Redka in 11th, Seng, Sidursky, Steve Monkol, Denny Babicek doing enough to get himself in. Now Albie Friend has got to defend. Is this something that he might have wanted to happen? Defend early to have a huge... That was Kevin Pollock going... Probably trying to find the Formula 1 track somewhere. But yeah, is this what Albie Friend wanted? A huge pack that they'll all trip over each other?
I mean, a lot could happen. Maybe Albie Friend wanted to just defend for his life, or maybe this was a game plan that he set in mind when he overtakes Gander.
Yeah, he overtook Gander and then stood on the brakes. Hamish Campbell is about to catch the lead group. Oh, Friend, you know, he's defending hard. He's looking over his shoulder a lot, you know. We're at lap 8. That tells me that he's not confident that hasn't got the cart to break away, or even the cart to thin the lead pack. Let's have a little look. And oh, there's another one off. That's Pollock again.
He's kind of abusing the track limits a bit. Maybe he was pushed off. Well,
I mean, there's avoiding an incident. There is Marcus Papp minus an important appendage. Down the hill. I mean, you know, sometimes a driver knows, look, the car isn't quite quick enough to lead, so he hasn't got a choice. You know, and Friend is thinking, if I just run my lines, then I'm going to end up 15th. You know, he's sitting there. This is the, but he is a multiple champion, international trophy champion. He's been on the podium in the Grand Finals before. You know, he'll obviously know what his equipment is capable or not capable of. As we run lap number 11, Boaz Maximov had a big crash yesterday with our camera car. As we watch Friend, Maximov is up into 15th position from 29th. The grid at the back of the shot. Somebody spins. Kyle Lawrence, what have you got for us?
Henry, update on Marcus Papp. He's come into the pits to see if his nose cone can be reattached, but obviously the nose cone isn't here with us. It's still out on circuit.
Yeah,
so given the technical flag, he's had to retire the kart for this pre-final, and he won't be able to continue.
No, he can't. You know, his nose cone is outside the corkscrew.
Sorry
we saw
about that.
Panu Stimon Kong spin. Yes, Miguel.
Albert Friend got a warning.
So Friend has been warned by the officials about his over-defending. Right. He now has to be very careful. And of course, this is the last 2 laps when he needs to defend. Has Friend used up all his luck in the first 10 laps? Now he's driving his line. There's Hamish Campbell to the inside of the 271. Eason Seng. Campbell is going to be in the final. Maximov is making a huge bid. He's in this lead group. Further back, who is on their way up? Martin Soltis is coming back into play. He's going to be all right. Panu Stimon Kong, that spin could be very, very costly indeed. Now, Friend, there we go. We start the final lap, Friend. It was all a plan. It was all in the game plan for Albert Friend. Back them up, let them trip over themselves. Officials say no more defending, please. Albie goes, yes, sir. Onwards and opens up a huge lead, and now Gandor is the one that has to defend. Perfect tactics, yes, Miguel?
I would say that as well, yeah. It was a good tactic that Friend did.
I know, yeah. I mean, Tygan Sakano, Rayan Gandor, second and third. Look at Albie Friend. Here we go. Battles on for second. Gandor, Sakano, Marcus Masinas. There for Lithuania in fourth. Babicek, Sadursky, Sincere, Seng, Campbell. Checkered flag. Albert Friend. Gandor second. Sakano, Masinas, Babicek, Sadursky, Sincere, Seng, Rentka, Campbell, Maximov, Voinov, Harry Freeman, Antoine Grisel, Esanth Vengastaten. Well, Vengastaten from 22nd to 15th. That's not a bad result, but I don't think that's good enough for the Indian driver. Martin Salt is 16th. He will make it in. Gabriel Canal, Leo Gonzalez, probably not enough. The real danger. Oh, look at Ben McLaughlin down from 30th to 20th. Kevin Pollock down to 21st. Panu Stimon Kong down to 22nd. Take us through the procedure now. As a driver, what do? Are you waiting for, you've got the provisional results, are you calculating back in the driver's tent of what's happening? Are you waiting for the results to be given? Are you trying to figure out if you're in or you're out?
Really depends on what the situation is. But personally, I would try to calculate the point systems, especially since where my provisional finishing will be.
Yes.
But I also had to keep in mind the penalties that other drivers, not just from pre-final B, but also from pre-final A, could have gotten.
It's a long process, isn't it?
Yeah, so like the...
The carts are rolling. DD2. Pre-final A on circuit. Theo Kakati joins me in the commentary box. Jakob Azel, Sam Knoppers, row 1. Mendeges, Sabo, Lawrence Herbert's row 2. Can Belgium finally get some luck? Matthews, then Taskinen, Massimino, Sanyala, followed by Pernod and Harrison Hoey. Maxime Shurko and Mathieu Ferrer from France. Then it's Leonardo Baccaglini and Dimitri Mlakar. Followed by Vicente Marquez Carapint and Vigor Jovard. Last two drivers currently in the main event. Sebastian Boyd, Rodrigo Eckel, the oldest driver in DD2. Now, Tunis Johannes Dominguez, Josh Batoon, they're on the outside looking in. So's Macy Williams, so's Thomas Brannick, so's Kurtzy, so's Hong, the ticket one winner from this year. Ansaldo, Slovak, and the rest. Theo Kakati, team manager from Team UAE.
That's me.
Firstly, happy birthday to your dad, Antonio Kakati.
Thank you very much.
From the Al Ain race. What's his job title at the Al Ain race, apart from a pain in the backside?
His job is
Chief
to
pain in the backside.
He's got to deal with all the drama. But that he probably wanted all the carts going around the corner now, and a little bit of
The back, one or two in the background. There's a now. Quilopes, though, he's been good coming through the pack, hasn't he?
Yeah, he proved that last year when he dropped down. I think he came down to 7th or 6th after the first lap. Seeing someone go down the inside there. I don't know if that was Macy Williams or not, but
well, yeah,
you know,
both American drivers are in this. Now that's not good. That's a rear bumper, and that's Edward Matthews from Team UK. I looking there, that rear bumper on kart number 437 looks low. Is it off the, oh dear, it's off the cut. Now, Rasmus Vendelbo had that same problem yesterday, and I cannot recall if he wasn't given the technical flag, he didn't receive the meatball flag, but I don't know if he was subsequently penalised or excluded at the end of the race. Macy Williams has had a terrible start. She entered this race 41st in points, and she's already dropped down 6 places on the grid. George Cafantaris moving up. Rodrigo Eckold dropping back. Matthew Ferrer moving back, with Jason Kurtzy is going in the other direction. He is moving up, as is Seb Boyd and Vigor Jovard. What are we watching there, Theo? Sanyala.
Sanyala, I think he went down the inside. I was looking at the rear bumper there. Also, the previous lap right here on this corner, exactly 1 lap ago, Sem dived right down the inside in 3rd now, chasing the Hungarian in P2.
Yeah, Bendiges Sabo, considering that he had that spin at the start of heat number 3 and that issue with Antoine Barbarou, then, yeah, that's a good thing. Paulie Massimino. Paulie is up one spot. Right, let's take you through a replay of the start. Close start there from pole. Butzel leads everybody into turn number 1. Sabo to the inside. Now we'll try and see where the back of Team USA race. There's somebody goes across. I think that may have been Macy Williams being forced wide and dropping back a little bit. No, yeah, that I think that was Macy. Massimino and Matthews wheel to wheel through turn 5. Matthews is going to be aware that maybe the scraping sound, he's going backwards. Oh, that car is not well. Now, to me, this looks like Ed Matthews is aware of the rear bumper. It's distracted him and it's put him off his rhythm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm sure if the rear bumper is off, especially on the bottom right of the car, I'm sure he's going to feel some difference through corners as you got a piece of plastic scraping along the way.
Yeah, now tell us, as a driver, what does what effect does that have on the handling of a car if half the rear bumper, the bolts shear off or fall away?
I mean, fortunately for me, I've never really had that issue, maybe once in my whole career. But 100% what the first thing the driver is going to do is hear it. Down the inside, we see, is that Paulie Massimino?
Absolutely.
Great move, got the job done, and he's going to be chasing the next driver ahead of him.
Yeah, that was Paulie on Maxime Shurko for 5th position. Sanyala 4th. Sabo 3rd. Well, they haven't given Matthews the technical flag in the same way they didn't give Rasmus Vendelbo the technical flag. But we'll find out. I can't recall whether Vendelbo subsequently got a penalty or not. Let's look. Comers and goers. Baccaglini up into 10th position. Harrison Hoey down to 11th. Mustache Mountain. Matt Taskinen down to 12th. Boyd Carpint and Curtsy are the big movers upwards. And that was Bacaglini.
That's 4-6-1. What a move. Last second, down the inside. Yeah, Bacaglini got the job done. Clean move. One thing that has happened, Sam Canopias, we didn't see it on the screen, but he is in P2 and he's chasing P1.
0.4 of a second behind Jakub Bazel from the Czech Republic. And this, well, the 4:01, South Africa's Seb Boyd, he came into this race 33rd in points, and my word, he is guaranteed at the moment, he's guaranteeing himself a place in the main event. George Kafantaris up to 12th position. Harrison Hoey, good move.
I don't want to jinx it because, you know, I believe in the commentator's curse, but so far we've got just clean and racing moves, and it's great for the drivers out there.
Yes, well, I don't know, the commentators, because I've already done it once today. Maybe I've got it out of my system when I was explaining how well Oliver Spence was driving at the same moment that his brakes failed and eliminated him from the lead. So I might have just got it out of my system already. But yeah, good, clean race so far.
I mean, technically I'm team manager, so can't really get the commentator's curse, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Oh, Matthews' bumper though. It's gotta be annoying. Now he's wondering. Oh my goodness, he came. Ed Matthews. He came into this ninth. He's still gonna make the final. Obviously, he has now dropped back to 19th place. Taskinen has dropped down to 15th. That's not great for Mustache Mountain, but you know, again, he'll still be in the final. Driver Rodrigo Eckel needs to pick up the Chilean, 40-year-old Chilean, who obviously he didn't qualify for the Masters ticket, but he did qualify for the DD2 class. Edward Matthews has retired, and well, that could be smart. Do I retire and just take my medicine, or do I try and finish and then get excluded for technical non-compliance?
Yeah, it's probably the best thing. Save the tires. He's definitely technical non-compliance. He's going to get that after the race.
Yeah,
and
35th position. Sadly, no one else has retired from the race so far.
Fastest lap. How it goes out for Jag.
The only DD2 or DD2 Master drivers in the UK is Edwin Matthews. We'll still see him in the final. Maybe the white rose on all the Team UK race suits and clothing in memory of Gene Shiel will give Ed a little bit of good fortune tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Now, we look down at the back of the field. Iker Sebastian Lebastida from Mexico down in 34th. Juraj Slovak 33rd. Kian Fussell, Namibia, sadly we're not going to make the final. Kian Fussell, Salvatore Ansaldo, Federico Rossi down at the back, Panayakon, Aram Rasamari, Marcel Schirmer, Baptiste Schneider, they'll all be bidding farewell. Bertelsen, Fabani, Shenya Hong, and Macy Williams, all probably going home at the end of this one. What about Rodrigo Eckel, though, down to 21st? Here's the move! What a move! Knoppers! He committed there. Talk us through that one, Theo.
About to scream down the inside. I mean, he's gone for it, but just couldn't get the car stopped. And then once you get on that sand, you just can't really stop it from there. It's like you're on ice, and just went off the track. Rejoined safely, and now he's got 4 more laps to go to catch up to the leader again and try that again. But let's see if he can do that. You know, now he's...
Well, I mean, so Bazel knows that Knoppers is there. Bazel would have realised that, like, a few laps ago I had a big lead, and now I've got this Dutch lunatic sending it up the inside at about 1,000 miles an hour. So he's aware of the incoming issue, shall we say.
Yeah, definitely aware, and if he didn't already know that he was catching up before that, he definitely knows that there's that possibility again. So that move definitely got in his head a little bit, and it seems like he's catching up pretty quickly, but let's see what he can do. Hopefully
Well,
keep it on the track next time.
11 out of 14 laps in. Canyopas, in the point standings, it was very, very close. Bazel 1-4-1, Mastiakiewicz 1-3-2, Canyopas 1-3-2. So this could be for pole position in the final, which is why, there is Shen Yahong, 4-3-8. The winner of the first ticket of the 394 is out, and Chinese Taipei and Taiwan will not have a driver in the DD2 final. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Knyopas is closing back in.
There was a look behind there. He's aware that he's there. I think that if he sees that, I don't know if he's gone for a move because he was a lot closer a couple corners prior to this. So maybe he's gone for a move and something's happened. But definitely, if he catches up again and Jacob looks behind, it's on, yeah.
It's on like Donkey Kong. Sanyala chasing Sabo, Massimino, Sherko. Then, well, Belgium. Hold your breath, Belgium. Lawrence Herberts. He is still there in 7th position. You know, I can only feel for Brenda and the team manager from Belgium. You know, I've seen Koen Lemons here from Genk, Genk circuit in Belgium.
Beautiful track.
Oh, yeah.
Great
absolutely.
toasties.
Macy Williams has retired as well. The young lady, she was the only member of the USA team who got her ticket in Canada. She went up and got that ticket there, the Littleton, Colorado driver. The last time Macy Williams qualified for the Grand Finals was in 2021 here. On that occasion, she finished 38th in points and missed out on the final by 2. She's going to miss out again by fractions. That is karting for you, isn't it?
Yeah, very unfortunate. We saw her in the sand the other heat, and then again, you know, just getting unlucky. But definitely had the pace to be in the main final for this track.
We got 1 lap to go. Kyle Lawrence, what's Macy got to say?
Macy, we're on our final lap, but unfortunately you're in something to do with the brakes?
Yeah, been battling brake issues all week, unfortunately. We've gone and replaced pretty much everything that we can, and it still seems to be some issues, which is unfortunate, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Whoa!
Macy, unfortunately,
sorry,
out, but back.
Sorry, Kyle. Sam Knyopas has just pulled off a worldie.
Wow.
Here we go, game on, half a lap to go. Knyopas, Patel, Sabo, Sanyala, Massimino. It's a 5-car battle with 3 corners to go, Theo.
Down, he's going to defend there. He has to defend behind. Visem Knyopas comes around the last corner with an absolute dive bomb and takes the pre-final for a finishing first place. What a drive.
And Massimino passes Sanyala on the last corner for P4. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kyle. Sorry to cut Macy Williams short. Her countryman gained a position, but
Wow, what a move, man. That was
well, Sem Knyopas, talk about kart control, that was special. That is going to be in the highlights, which I'm going to show you very shortly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there are the results. The top 10 all safely through. Sebastian Boyd, great drive, guaranteed South Africa a place in the in the main event tomorrow. Let's have a look. Jason Kurtzy up to 30. Josh Batoon, Sebastian Boyd. Batoon, possibly. Kurtzy, maybe. Mlakar, stays 14th. Pernod, yes, still okay. Taskinen should still be all right. Vigo Jovard, he's on the bubble for sure in the number 408 cart.
shout out to our biggest mover, 15 spots. Who is that from Greece?
George Kafantaris, yes. Right, Matthew Ferrer, Rodrigo Eccles, they're going to be very, very close to not making it now. Our Eccles finishing 20th. He was 35th in points. That's who is very well respected, a race director back in the UK. Does some other events around the world that I'm not quite sure what they're called, but they're very, not as good as this, but in the UK, Dan Ashton is one of the most well-respected officials. David Maciejewicz and Rasmus Vendelbo on row number 1. Ivan Parshin and Antoine Barberou on row 2. Gustav Usakovs, Mika van der Pavert on row number 3. Hannes Morin and Edgars Vilkans and Leo Gupsa and Gianluca Savalio round out your top 10. Lucas Zucchini, Zhikao, Luis Aguiar, Devin Sagadi, and then Frederick Zemis and Joe Vita. Len Nice and Mount Kirstins, the last 2 drivers currently qualified. Here are the drivers who now need to move forward. Henry Pozzo has not gone out. We've got Saudi Arabia, Mossad Al-Bassam, Denmark's William Christiansen, Ty Seeler from Slovenia, former champion Mats Johan Overhoff, looking to get into the final. So about Abdullah Sayad, Joseph McMahon, Lucas Nanji, Patrick Donicha, Christian Boucher, Vivian Cusack-Pico, Dexter Sofrakis from Egypt, and the rest. I was talking about your dad's birthday. It's normally you get a present on your birthday, but your dad actually gave your mum Chandra a present by disappearing halfway around the world and leaving her in peace for a week, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Hello, Chandra. Kakati, Theo's mum watching back home. Here we go, lights out. Maciejewicz has the lead through the nighttime mist here in Bahrain. Johnny Bravo has the field at his better call. Somebody skirting with the sand as they go through the roller coaster. They keep it on the tarmac, losing positions, but maybe not out of this one yet. Through turn number 5. David Maciejewicz defending. It's a good start for the leaders. There up the inside is Zhikao from Chinese Taipei in the island of Taiwan. Well, they've lost Shen Ya Hong from the final. Could their most capped driver, Zhikao, 7th Grand Finals. First one in 2017. Zhikao aiming to make it in. He's got a best result in the Grand Finals so far of 25th. He's on course at the moment to better that at the end of lap number 1 out of 14. Oh, yellow flags waving. Very briefly, that was through the roller coaster, trying to see who that was. Well, I can't really tell who that was. They're in now, and everyone's continuing. Nobody losing a huge amount of positions on that first lap. So Max Dexter up 2 places.
Hannes Morin up 3, put himself in the P4. We saw him on the screen there defending. Great start by the leader. Top 3 have stayed the same, as you just said, but doesn't seem like the leader can pull away. So I think that we're about to see some fireworks spark up in a second here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the lead group. Maciejewicz, then Vendelbo, followed by Parshin, then Morin, P4. Here we go.
5th is Barberou, defending already. Morin's going to get to the inside, coming through tournament, but then behind.
There's a look.
Oh, that was close. They kept it all together. That's going to cost Vendelbo. Round the outside goes Parshin. Morin up to 3rd. Vendelbo gets hung out to dry. And look at the Canada racing. Savalio on the outside trying to make a move as well. On board with Parshin.
All this is allowing the leader to get a lot more breathing space. We saw there Hannes Morin is trying to have a little look down the inside, but Ivan covered the door. And now they have an option here to fight for second, or they can work together to get up to first.
Smoke coming off the wheels of Hannes Morin's car. I couldn't quite see who he was having wheel-to-wheel contact with. Out of turn number 13, 14, 15, across the start-finish line. David Maciejewicz looks over his shoulder. Now Morin has to defend. Barberou to the inside. Not quite. This is getting tasty because Antoine Barberou, he is 8th in points. But there's defending going on. I mean, these are the DD2 drivers. You know, they should know. They know what they're doing. Len Nice, rather, up into P8. Now Barberou makes it. Yeah. Barberou, he wasn't waiting, was he? He has all the hallmarks of an impatient Frenchman, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, it wasn't the quite same move that Sem did, but similar aspects. Went to the outside, threw a dummy, and then back down the inside he went. And a great move, nice and smooth, kept on the track, and now he can have a chance to go up, catch up to Ivan, who's currently chasing the leader.
Yeah, Ivan Parshin, 5/10 of a second behind race leader. Hannes Morin, I think, is saying, okay, why fight it? You know, Barbarou, he's not going to let me lead, so I'm going to just follow and push, and maybe we'll both catch up. Vilkans in 8th, Van der Pavert 9th, Savalio 10th. Starting to drop away from this lead group now. Then it is Aguiar, Zucchini, Seiler, Vita, Ty Seiler from Slovenia up 8 places in the P13. That could be potentially good news for him. And Morin now going backwards. He's having to defend. Vendelbo and Usakovs are right there.
Yeah, it was a move down the inside, trying to get past Hannes Morin. Didn't quite get the job done. And I think it's a battle for fourth actually. And it seems like the leader is inching away as the laps go on.
Yeah, Master Kajevic is pulling away from Ivan Parshin. At the back of the pack, Max Dexter, Vivian Cusack-Pico, both up 5 places, 24th and 25th. Joseph McMahon, 23rd. Mats Overhoff, still only 22nd. Going the other way, Leo Gubser from Switzerland, down from 9th to 19th. Wout Kirstjens started on the bubble. He's still on the bubble in 18th position. Zhikao, Devin Sagadi, both dropping back, but still in the top 18. Going the other way, William Christensen, Ty Seiler and Joaquin Vita. Uruguay making a bid for the DD2 finals. Joaquin Vita, Nicolas Alagia and co. Very vocal supporters. And Uruguay could be on course to get into the top 36 at least.
Look down the inside here. Antoine had a lot more pace, gets around Ivan, and now has got a lot of work to do. I think it's about a second he's got to do if he wants to get the win in this pre-final here.
As you watch the battle at the front, disaster for Frederick Zebis. Frederick Zebis out of the race, out of the final. He came into this race 30th in points, and the Dane is retired, and he will not make the final. Hassan Soufrakis for Egypt runs 33rd. Christian Boucher for Mozambique is 32nd. Abdul Kader Kassam and Abdullah Shahzad for Bahrain, 30th and 31st. Yu Shu Fu from Chinese Taipei and Taiwan, 29th. Christopher Dimitriou is 28th. Lucas Nanji, 27th. Henry Pozzo is 26th. Vivian Cusack-Pico, 25th. Dexter, 24th. McMahon, 23rd. Overhoff, 22nd. Al-Bassam, 21st. Donitsa, 20th. It's probably game over for those drivers I just mentioned, although Donitska, Patrick Donica is moving forward. He's not done yet. 8 laps down out of 14. Masha Kajic continues to pull away the second place battle. Well, Parshin had it. Now it belongs to Barbarou.
Yeah, Barbarou, gap seems to be the same from P1 to P2, so I don't know if he'll be able to catch up unless his tires start to have more, unless he has more pace than what we see right now. Looking down the inside, I think that's Hannes Morin on Ivan. He gets the job done, a little bit on the curbing there. Can he hold it? Yes, he does. And
he does make it. Well, Parshin's dropped back a few places. He has now got Rasmus Vendelbo for company, although he's coming back at him. Well, I'm going to request our producer James Fitzhugh, who is bringing you all these pictures, the next time that we go through the roller coaster, I'd like to see it from on board Ivan Parshin to give you, the viewers back home, what it is like in Rotax's ultimate class to go through one of the most spectacular parts of any kart circuit in the world. And Theo, you know, if you want to sort of tell the viewers what is going through a driver's mind, or what is the kart like to handle through that section, that would be better. We'll wait till we get to the next lap. I mean, that's assuming, of course, that Parshin doesn't bin it now before he gets there, which is any commentator's curse. Right, here we go. Cross the line. Let's see. Can we see it on board? Parshin getting in trouble. Maybe not
maybe
this
the next lap. Maybe the next lap.
Well, it's we'll have to wait and see. But I do want to see a great shot through that roller coaster to give you an idea of just how high and steep the hills and valleys of this part of the circuit is. Masakiewicz, his lead is shrinking. Barbaru, 8/10 down. He is a 10th quicker in every single timing sector.
Yep.
There are 3 sectors per lap, and there are 4 laps to go. And the gap is 8/10 of a second. Now, simple mathematics tells me that he's going to catch the race leader if he carries on at this rate.
I think that's what the whole... Oh, was that look down the inside there?
That was Usakov's having a nibble at Parshin. Len Nice is up into P5. Finally, Belgium. Finally,
we go, down the
Belgium
inside.
having some good luck.
Nice move down the inside. Now we get the onboard. We're right behind 419. Is he going to defend? These guys have been going at it for a couple of laps now. Nice. Yeah, it's normal racing line. This is the beauty of the track. Such a quick corner that one is. One of my favorite corners.
Yep, coming up towards the corkscrew. Oh, here comes Savalio to the inside. Oh, and also you've got Mika van der Pavert trying to get involved as well. The Dutchman, Aguiar, and Zucchini. Ty Siler still in 13th place. Who is that? That is Ty Siler in the 4:43. Well, Slovenia, Ty Siler had done the hard work, started 42nd in points, needed to gain the positions. He was up into about 12th place. That would have been enough. Now he's dropped all the way back to 28th. He is now out of the main event. Who does that benefit? It might benefit Denmark. William Christensen, it might benefit Saudi Arabia, Mossad Al-Bassam. Meanwhile, Kyle Lawrence has got news for us. What have you got, Kyle?
Henry, I was listening to the commentary through the headset. I recall you asking about Vendelbo's technical, if he received a technical penalty for that bumper coming off in the heat races. I can confirm he did not receive a technical penalty when that bumper came loose. So Vendelbo standing a good position for a good start in the final.
Thank you, Kyle. Wow, and somebody has just parked it in the outside barriers, and that is interesting. So, I wonder, and thank you, Kyle, because then it makes you wonder, did Ed Matthews know that? Because if he knew that Vendelbo didn't get a technical when he could have stayed on track, oh no! Joaquin Vita, and there's action aplenty. That is the 4-3-4. Oh, this thing's happening too fast here. William Christensen, that wasn't.
Oh, he's on him now.
Yeah, that wasn't a hip and shovel, but Joaquin Vita, Uruguay's hearts, like Costa Rica's earlier, have just been broken. But here's the battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead. He's done it. He's finally caught up. Final lap now. He's gone defensive through that corner. This is the fast part of the track. Elevations up and down. Barbaro, gone defensive. Barbaro around the outside. Can he do something? Is he going for the switchback? Yes, he is. Is it enough? Down the inside. He's got it done. Using all the track that they can. Barbaro now taking a look behind. Is he going to defensive? Yes, he has. Can he hold it around the corner? He has. No, now Hannes Morn has now gone into this straight. He's going to go around the outside. Can he get his full car around? We're going to see now. Through they go.
And Morin into P2. Barbaru leads. It's not over yet. Into the final couple of corners. Barbaru, Morin, dust and sand of the track. Maciejewicz goes from first to third. Barbaru takes the win. Barbaru wins. Morin, Maciejewicz, Vendelbo, Nice, Usakovs, Parshin, Savalio, and here's the gaggle coming across the line. Well,
wow.
Good news for Vilkans, Van der Pavert, Zucchini, Aguiar, Zhikao will make it in once again for Chinese Taipei. Leo Gupsa will make it in. Devin Sagadi for Estonia is in. Let's have a look back. William Christensen in. Patrick Donica. Ooh, that's close for Patrick Donica, up 10 places to 17th. I tell you what, Saudi Arabia may just have got a driver into the final. Mossad Al-Bassam, Joseph McMahon, He is, well, that's going to be tough for Joseph. Max Dexter. Quick word about Max. Up 10 places to 20th. In karting, you're only as good as your last race. And if that was Max Dexter's last race of the Grand Finals this year, he'll be pleased with that.
Absolutely. He's going to be happy. Up 10 places. He'll be going home. Happy that he came out here and gave it his best. Seeing all the drivers come in here. Some of them will be going home. Some of them are going to be going to the next one. But overall, hopefully everyone's going to be happy with what they've done. Thinking back at that race, great.
There sits Lewis Goff, who will start on the outside of row number 1. You can see the Optimum Motorsports graphic on his helmet. That is because his father runs the Optimum Motorsports sports car team. And Lewis's career will, you know, head that way eventually. But for now, he has got a Grand Finals to think about winning. He was on the junior podium last year. Can he make it on the senior podium this year? Here we go. Cian Geraghty and Lewis Goff, row number 1. Row number 2, Aidan Ingrata and Mehdi Lasue. Then row number 3, Toby Gale and Ryan Maxwell, the son of Scott Maxwell from Multimatic Motorsports in Canada, Martin Lichner and Tomoki Terashima, Mateo Radenkovic and Sebastian Koch, your top 10. Then Akinori Kikuchi, Nolan Lamore. Nolan starting well outside the top 30 in all his heats. The Frenchman has done very well. Row number 7 will be Ty Mahia from Bahrain and Matthias Kjellerup from the Netherlands. Now, Austin Gale, Isan Madesh, Tom Langlois, Devian Royce. They're the last drivers currently in the top 36. Xavi Suarez, Oliver Marak, Liam Flukiger, Tino Sidler. They're the first drivers on the outside looking in. Pietro Pons, Charles-Michael Visser. Now we're down to the real outsiders. The ones that are throwing that Hail Mary and hoping it doesn't get intercepted and return for a touchdown to the opposition. Tutti Suarez, who joined me in the commentary box for the first half of this meeting at the seniors, will be very nervous. His younger brother, Xavier Suarez, is 37th in points. Lights are out. We're off and racing. What a start from Cian Geraghty. Lewis Goff was, well, he's slotted into second place, but he looked like he was caught napping there as we headed towards turn number 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you know, your run through the S's there is really what determines kind of where you shake out in this first lap. So Senior Max, single speed, you know, a momentum-based chassis. If you get hung out to dry in those S's, it can get real nasty over there.
Yeah, we're on board with Aidan Ingrata, the Canadian, who is running just behind Mehdi Lasue in what is now 4th or 5th position, maybe a little bit further back. This pack, now this is where the action is, because these are the drivers. This is where desperation kicks in. In the point standings, these drivers all know they're going to be in the final. Yeah, they want to make a couple of moves as much as they possibly can, but generally, it's all about just preservation. We've seen drivers retire and potentially either ruin a good starting spot or potentially even race their way out of the main event. So, Geraghty, Goff, Lasue, the top 3, being caught by our camera car, Ingrata. Lasue passes Goff at the turn number 5, and Toby Gale on it rounds out the top 5. But yeah, good. So it's pass or be passed, isn't it, Ellis?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, you gotta be very decisive, and, you know, I think we've seen a lot of the lead groups actually fighting in these, you know, sort of preliminary races to the final, which they don't get their breakaway, and that 4-cart pack turns into 6, 7, and 8 very quickly. Yeah, indeed. Well, we've got 5 at the moment up at the front, led by Geraghty, Lasue. Now, we saw Barbaroux being very aggressive in the previous DD2 race, and that's probably, and he went on to win that. So sometimes you see drivers being ultra aggressive at the start because they know their set, their mechanic has made tweaks or what have you. You know, sometimes you say, why is he attacking so much, you know? But there's a reason, isn't there? Yeah, there's always a strategy, you know. Tire pressures as well, when we get in these night racing, can get kind of tricky. You know, balancing out the race length, but also not getting hung out to dry in that start. So some of these guys may up a little higher. They got the pace right away, and the others are kind of, lay low and wait patiently until things start to get a little bit more chaotic.
Now, Toby Gale around the outside. Oh dear, Jackson Rooney, and there's a side pod off there. That belonged, I do not believe this, the Belgian bad luck continues. Matej Radenkovic has just dropped from well, he was 17th in points, and he's just dropped down to 31st in this race. What have Belgium done to deserve this? And look at that. There is no other circuit in the world where you can get that view. What is it like to drive, Ellis?
I mean, the elevation here is something special. I've been very privileged to drive across a lot of circuits, mostly in Europe, with the Rotax E20, and this one is special. And I mean, a quick shot, Cooper Auclair, another fellow USA driver, is absolutely flying. He's already at the P20 on lap 3, so he is moving up there pretty quickly. Yeah, unfortunately, Charlie Smith, who was just at the fastest lap of the race, has gone the other way. Charlie was excluded from the race, and there is Jackson Rooney, number 325. Where did Rooney start? The answer is, let me see, well, let's have a look there. Rooney was, I'm trying to find the New Zealand flag. He was down outside the transfer spots anyway. So New Zealand over, game over for New Zealand. Ty Mahia has dropped back. Mahia from Bahrain has dropped back as you watch the lead battle. Trying to keep track of who might be. Oh, and Goff at the inside. It's Britain battling all over again. Yeah, you watched last year's Grand Finals, didn't you, Ellis? So did the rest of the world, and apparently every time we see more than one driver at the front of a senior Rotax race, we start to wince, don't we? Yeah, just a little bit. I think everyone knows exactly what they have to do this race, and we know that, at the end of the day, you may share the same, flag on the back of your suit, but once you're out on track, it is every man for themselves that it can turn very quickly. So seeing a little bit of muscle is there going through the last chicane. That can get really tricky. That little straight in between before you exit in that last corner is so short that it's almost enough to make a move, but not really. So any little ducks into there can kind of stack you up on the straight and get pretty hairy. Okay, Kyle Lawrence has got breaking news for us down in the pit lane. What have you got, mate?
Jackson Rooney into the pits with a tyre delaminated, off the bead on the left front. Jackson didn't go well for you there, obviously a bit of incident. Not in the greatest of moods, but a difficult go in the pre-final for you.
Yeah, no, that's right. Me and another driver just collided, and then the tyre popped off the bead. Nothing could really do there, but yeah, that's racing.
Chances in the final, Min?
Nah, that's long gone.
Well, hopefully we see you back here for the 2026 Grand Finals representing New Zealand. Thank you very much, bud.
And more problems out on track. That's Oliver Marak. And the number 345, I thought that was Piotr Borowczyk. Marak and Borowczyk, where were they situated? 39th in points for Marak, and Borowczyk was 63rd. So that has not gone well either. They are both now out of contention. Charlie Smith at the 25th. Cooper Auclair, 22nd. So, Matej Radenkovic is coming back up through the order. That's something Tino said. No, there was a cart on the inside line there. Stranded cart. That'll need to be moved. Goff has taken the lead. I didn't quite see where that happened. Did you catch that, Ellis?
Yeah, I think it got a little crazy through the S's there on that first sector. You lose so much time going side by side there. Those corners work with you when you're on the right line, but once you get that racing action through there, it is so easy to lose touch with the leader, as we see here.
Well, here we go. Into turn number 1 in front of a packed grandstand. That is a NASA panel. There's a NASA panel not on said wagon. I could tell you the number because there's no NASA panel. But the driver, is that number 359? Is that possibly Austin Gale? Let's have a look. It is Austin Gale. Now, that's obviously a technical flag, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to wait for them to call him in, or if he keeps mixing it up out there.
Now we are the Oliver Marak Piotr Borowczyk incident. Marak has continued. Borowczyk has not continued. And I believe maybe a little bit of discomfort. Now, yeah, it's going to be... We're on board with Aiden Ingrata. We didn't see how the NASA panel fell off. I mean, the fact that he's still up in the lead group, that is really strange. You think it might just came loose and fell off?
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
I mean, usually a cart spinning across your front end is usually what kicks that off. And
it's usually followed by a quick retirement, isn't it?
So the fact that he's still up there and nothing seems bent, he's staying up in touch with the group is impressive. So maybe just a technical foul.
Alpha Live camera operative challenge. Please find the footage of said NASA panel parting company with the driver who still runs in 9th place.
It's an aerodynamic change on the fly.
Now, Gustavo Tutti Suarez is watching his younger brother, Xavier Suarez, currently up into 15th position. Could Mini Tutti make it into the main event? I don't have live chat anymore, unfortunately, but I do know that we were joined by commentary royalty, Sky Sports F1 presenter and Sky Sports commentator for the Formula 2 and Formula 3 championships, and Sky Sports F1 Kids presenter Chris McCarthy joining us. Chris McCarthy doing some fantastic work called the Purple Sector in the United Kingdom with Alpha Live. Chris also does an awful lot of good work to raise money for racing drivers with epilepsy, which is very good. Kyle Lawrence is down in the pit lane. Kyle, be careful, we could cut away because it's about to kick off at the front. But Kyle, what have you got for us?
Right, Henry, I'm here with Max, Tino Sidler's mechanic. Tino, up from 22nd to 12th. Max, what does that do for your chances into the final?
At the moment, we're not really too sure because of all the drivers around us, but we're trying to make up as many places as possible. At the moment, the big gap between the front ones is massive, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to make any more.
So there we go, Tino Sidler, not sure if 12th's going to be enough to make it through. A little bit off the front pack. I think he needs a top 10 to go through, Henry.
Well, tell Stumpy that his wish could come true because the front pack are about to kick right off. Goff leads, defending. Lasue second. Garrity third. Tomoki Terashima, Toby Gale, the Gale brother with his NASA panel still attached. Followed by Maxwell, Langlois, Ingrata, Lichner, and Kikuchi. Top 11 going crazy, Alice.
Yeah, I mean, I think textbook to what we talked about right at the start of this is when that front pack keeps racing, this is what happens. We have an absolute crazy stack of carts. Every line is pretty much taken up by a chassis, so this is going to get really interesting. We'll see if even more latch on from the back as they all hug that inside line, trying to protect themselves up into that corkscrew before they make it.
Yeah, the 355, Kian Garrity trying to go right. That was never going to work there at turn and break. He was always going to be shown the door. Let's have a little look. We've got plenty of people on the live chat. We're including our friends from across the pond at Kart Chaser joining us here as well. Hope you got your notepads out, lads. Love the guys at Kart Chaser. Very fortunate to work for them. Here we go. This is game on now, Alice.
Yeah, this is textbook karting. I mean, once that sort of second to last lap and last lap board comes out, it is fair game. And as we see, there we go, one's off.
Exit stage left, Canada. Is that Ryan Maxwell? It is. Maxwell just gets spat out like chewing gum. And didn't quite see what preceded that. Goff looking over his shoulder. Goff won his ticket in the Rotax with the trophy in Orlando early this year.
A little bump there.
Yeah, well, he's just had Matthew Lissery. Tom Langlois. It's a French 2-3. UK holding off the French again. Into the final corner of the penultimate lap. And still, I'm baffled as to why Toby Gale has not been flagged in. Oh, it's going to kick up now. 3 wide through the roller coaster. What a move. Langlois, take a bow, son. That was special.
That's, I mean, that's just opportunistic.
Oh,
at
it's
its best.
Masue. No, it was Langlois. Sorry. What a move. Yeah, sorry, Alice.
Very opportunistic move there. Saw the chaos, just absolutely stuck his nose in right where he needed to be, and now look at that gap. They're just going to keep fighting behind him, and I think he's going to be able to be quite comfortable coming into the last sector here.
The short list for move of the event has just got a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And up into, Xavier Suarez now at the 14th place. Could Chile be about to get a driver into the final? And unless he's got invisible ink and he's just spilt it over his NASA panel, I'm Toby Gale. Finishes, he will not stay there. That is going to be a technical exclusion, I am absolutely sure. But there we go. What do I know? I'm just commentating. As you're now realizing, Alice Piazza, that commentators, we don't know much.
I mean, listen, to be fair, you probably watch more of the racing than anyone out there, even in the stands right now. So I'd say that your gut is probably pretty good and a lot more emotionally stable than probably some of them out on track at the moment.
Thank you very much. I did not pay Alice Piazza to say my gut is pretty good. Normally, people say my gut is too big and I should go on a diet. But there we go. Langlois, Masue, Gale, Goff, Toby Gale, Garrity, Terashima, Ingrata, Lickner, and Devian Royst. Now, Tino Sidler up into 11th position, possibly enough. Let's have a look. Radenkovic survives. Xavier Suarez, Pietro Valpons. What a drive from Ruben Kernahan. Up from 34th to 18th, probably not going to be enough. I won't keep you, Ellis. You're about to go out, but we'll see you back for the final tomorrow, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely. Had a blast. Looking forward to take a look at, the race for all the glory. So best of luck to you as well, keeping up with all the action. And you'll see me out there putting on a show for you. Excellent.
Don't get that hot rod turned round again. And good luck, Alice Piazza. We'll see you very shortly on track. The Electric Renegade, Elysium Racing, and Can-Am Ambassador. Look him up on his very, very popular social agree. He has started at the back of every single heat race and has driven his way up to 24th in points. He is not out of danger yet. What can my fellow Welshman do in this one? Sean Butcher and Christos Oikonomou on the front row of the grid. Tish Van Wyk and Oliver Hodgson on row 2. Tom Strella and Joshua Graham, row 3. Lucas Legal and Harry Bartle on row 4. Trobech and Teresa Babic-Kova are next. Mohamed Vali and Matthew Higgins. Then it's Macaulay Bishop, Fernando Paimre, Cas Boschus and Alvaro Jimenez. The last two drivers currently in the main event, Victor Frostbay and Raya Menamne from Lebanon. Here are the drivers on the outside looking in. Matthews, Saar, Leitonen, Shermer. Followed by Loretti, Sakai, Ruli, Rajani. Now the outsiders, the real outsiders. King, Mumina, Bostrom, Shoshin, Pula, Sasaki, and the rest. 36 more drivers. At the end of this race, we have E20 and E20 Masters. I'll be joined by Fox Sports Natalia Gregoria, and then it will be Micro and finally Masters with Tiffany Chittenden. Sean Butcher qualified at the Rotax International Trophy 106th out of 110 in July. He then led the final in one of the most magnificent series of drives I have ever seen. He starts this one from pole position. What can he do? Oh, spinners in the middle of the pack. That's huge. Oh, carts everywhere. 2, 4, 6, 8 carts all off track. More spinners through turn number 2, and it looked to me like it was Oliver Hodgson who got turned around with potentially, and I'll say that potentially Nick Trobech. We will undoubtedly see a replay of that in the fullness of time. Butcher leads. Oikonomou, Van Wyk is next. This lot are lucky. Who is that? That's a Team GB race. That could be Harry Bartle. That could be big trouble for Bartle. There is the 3.53 of Matthew Higgins. Rafael Rajani out of the race. Replay incoming very shortly. Let's have a look. We're going to see the driver on the outside. Oh, it was, yeah, Hodgson got turned round. Oikonomu got turned round in the middle of the pack. There is Rajani going backwards. He is out of the race. South Korea out of the race as well. Hodgson down to 29th. Babichkova down to 33rd. Teresa Babichkova. Here comes the 3.51 into the pits. It is game over for Cheska Hentona. Also losing ground was Martin Saar. This has thrown the cat amongst the pigeons, and bent rear axle for Cheska Hentona. Luckily, all the drivers are okay. We'll have a little look. Portugal, where was the Portuguese driver in the points? Rafael Rajani was 52nd, so he's out of contention. Butcher still leads from Tom Strella at the front. They're pushing away from Bishop. Macaulay Bishop escapes and gains 10 places, up to 3rd. Fantastic for Macaulay Bishop. Tish Van Wyk is 4th. Schlieger is lead. Tom Strella briefly took the lead. Butcher got it straight back. Mohamed Vali is there in 6th for Team South Africa. It's been a great Grand Finals for Mohamed Vali. He makes another move to the inside, or does he? That is him trying to put Harry Bartle 7th. Higgins is 8th. There he is, chasing Mohamed Vali. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Look at the grip levels out there. That is spectacular stuff. Butcher, Strella, Bishop, that distinctive driving style. He moves his body in the opposite direction to the corner to help the weight distribution. It is very difficult to do, and I mean very difficult to do. Further down the order, well, Ryotaro Sakai has gained 10 places. Nicholas Loretti is up 8 places. Jace Matthews up 8 places to 11th. Are we going to see Jace Matthews in the final? He has given himself a fighting chance, has the Aussie National Cup champion. Well, he was Aussie National Cup in the senior lightweight category. Well, he's up with the heavyweights now, is Jace Matthews. Josh Graham slips back to 13th place. Now, Bishop's driving style, it is so unique. Mark Kimber has a similar driving style, but not as much as Bishop. And he does it he knows at what angle to position his body at each and every individual corner. It is an infinitely difficult skill. Now Mohamed Wali in trouble. Alvaro Jimenez right behind him. Matthews, Cass Boschus, Graham, Sakai, Loretti. And okay, Bishop v Butcher v Strella, 3 wide, and it's Strella over the grass. That's going to force Bishop wide. Butcher gets the lead back. Bishop now attacks. Bishop to the race lead. When Macaulay Bishop is in this mood, sometimes it's just better to let him go. You know, Butcher has to think about protecting pole position for the final. He has seen Kian Garrity, the driver that started today first in points, fall back a little bit. So he knows second place will be good enough. Bishop is not going to start the final, but look at this gaggle of carts. There is Raya Manane for Lebanon round the outside. Bishop doesn't need to fight. Sorry, Butcher doesn't need to fight Bishop. Oh, Raya Manane there up over the back of another cart, and that is Lebanon's chances out. Across the line. Bishop now defending. Will that work? And, well, Matthew Higgins has just taken 3rd position. I'm not going to do a pro-Welsh glaze. I'm going to tell you that Higgins was given 72nd and last starting position. He had to start every single heat race from 36th position. He came through, and I shall tell you that in those 3 heat races, Higgins finished, he finished 27th with a nose cone, then 19th and 24th. Sorry, that's the points he gained. I do apologise. So I haven't got his finishing positions, no nose cone penalties, and he gained at least 15 places in every heat race. And now Matthew Higgins, the British champion, is attacking Sean Butcher, and Butcher in kart 357 is this year's Euro Trophy champion. In front of them both is this year's International Trophy Europe champion, Macaulay Bishop. Higgins to the inside. 4th is Harry Bartle. 5th is Nick Trobech. Strella, Schlegel, Boschus, and we're having, oh, Mohamed Vali. Mohamed Vali's gone off. He's dropping down the order. He's in trouble. There he is. He was 7th. He's now dropped back to 14th place. Still in the final. Now, Ryotaro Sakai, Nicholas Loretti, they're up to 12th and 13th. They have gained double-digit positions. Santeri Leitonen has gained 5 places in 16th place. Well, Santeri Leitonen had gained 5 places at the last corner. That was probably changed by the time they got to the next corner. Hodgson is 26th. Babichkova, 27th. Sideways, that was the 303 of Kas Boschus getting sideways. It's getting a little bit tetchy in the midfield section. Down towards turn number 8 we go. There is the Spanish driver, Alvaro Jimenez, currently P11 behind Boschus in front of Sakai. In fact, Sakai now gets past Jimenez. Nicholas Loretti from Brazil is the next driver in line. Santera Leitonen, Jose Sherma has gained, while Colombia are marching forward. It is from 22nd to 15th from Jose Sherma. Jace Matthews still in with a good shout. Yoshito Sasaki, and Attila Kalapak, 17th and 18th. They've gained 15 and 16 places each. This could be good news for them. Derek King has crashed and has come back with the fastest lap of the race. Currently, unfortunately, Ecuador's 2 drivers in this race are 32nd and 33rd. We've still got 34 karts running. I think Tiffany Chittenden's bet with me is currently safe in this race. There's Teresa Babichkova ahead of Maximilian Bostrom. That is now 24th and 25th positions. Babichkova and Hodgson will still make the final, but they will be out of position. Up at the front, Bishop and Higgins. In the UK, they are teammates for Dan Holland Racing. Will they play nice? That is the main question. Butcher is thinking, history repeating itself. I wonder if the door will suddenly open. However, Higgins, such an intelligent driver. He has a driver coaching program. 2 of his drivers he coaches, Jacob Ashcroft and Emerson McAndrew-Uren. That tells you how successful Higgins is as a driver coach. He's just taken the lead. I will remind you once again. Oh, no! No! Higgins saves it! Higgins, a 360, and he carries on. I don't Adam and Eve it. Bishop to the inside of Higgins. Bishop continues. Matthew Higgins had just taken the race lead after qualifying stone last, and then he spins, he crosses the line, P7. Somebody order Higgins a new race suit. That's all I'll say. What a save. Through goes Butcher into the race lead. Oh, Maximilian Bostrom out of the race. Sean Butcher looking over his shoulder thinking, that went exactly how I thought it was going to. Bartle second, Trobech in third. Bishop still fourth. Then Strella, Schlegel, Higgins, Van Wyck, Graham, Sakai, Boschus, Jimenez, Loretti, Leitonen, Matthews. Your top 15. Nick Trovac in third position for Slovenia is probably thinking, I'm about to win this race. Let's have a little look. There is Hodgson with a damaged nose cone. And Hodgson, well, I mean, he's going to get a penalty, but I mean, he's still in the final. That is not the issue. The issue is that he's going to be starting much further down the order than he wanted to. There is Matthew Higgins. How he has not got a rear puncture, I do not know. Sometimes Lady Luck, as she takes away with one hand, she gives back with the other. Sean Butcher, meanwhile, on lap 13, out of 14, is on his way potentially to a win. Nick Trovac, yeah. Nick Trovac is thinking, right, I'm surrounded by British drivers. I'm bound to win this race. It's senior Rotax after all. So he just leaves the door open for Macaulay Bishop. Bishop flying back up the order into third position. Out of turn number 5. Bishop isn't done yet. Through turn 6. Down towards turn 8 we go. This is the final lap. Harry Bartle in second place. Butcher has the lead. Sean Butcher has been metronomic this week. He has been walking round the paddock not with an air of arrogance, with an air of confidence that shows he is a driver who is just comfortable in his own skin. He is comfortable behind the wheel. He is comfortable where his karting career stands, and he is now comfortable as your provisional pole sitter for tomorrow's senior Rotax main event. Bartle and Bishop round out the top 3. Trovac for Slovenia in 4th. Tom Strella 5th. Matthew Higgins 6th after the save of the century. Schlegel, Graham, Van Wyck, Sakai all safely through. Well, Ryotaro Sakai from 24th to 10th. That might have been the best drive of his season. That might have just got the Japanese driver into the main event. Cas Boschus, Alvaro Jimenez, Santeri Leitonen, Nicholas Loretti, Yoshito Sasaki. What a drive from Sasaki. Now, nose cone check. There goes Bishop. There is Bartle. There's Butcher, Bartle, Bishop, Trovac, Strella, Higgins. 304 of Tish Van Wyck. Then the 303 Cas Boschus. Great drive from Retiro Sakai in the 342 coming in. And let's have a look. We can't tell from this camera angle. What about those? Finals is about to go Duolingo. I'll announce in English and you will announce in Spanish. Here we go then. E20 and E20 Masters. Let's take you through the starting lineup. Yannick Jacobs and Levente Simon on row number 1. Vedant Menon, Nicholas Casarino. On row 2, Akos Madaras, Raul Vargas. Row 3, South America have got a really good chance. Maximo Castro from Uruguay goes from position 8 in seniors. We'll go down the order. There's our co-commentator in seniors, Ellis Piazza, P12. But it's E20 Masters where South America have a real shot. We're going to get to them very shortly. Morris Knoppers is your pole man, but here we go. The rest of the E20 Masters lineup.
Tenemos a Julián Falivene de Argentina y por supuesto Gastón Di Vela que también nos va a estar acompañando. Seguido de Emi París y Manuel Martins.
We've got, Gaston de Bella, Michel Abuesa, Amaral, Fernandez, Parisi. Parisi was 3rd last year. From Chile, Hector Ramirez. Why, in English, why E20 so popular in South America.
In South America. This karting is the new introduction in Argentina, don't exist, but is the new...
Yeah, it's a new generation.
Yes.
The new generation, 619, not leaving pit lane. That is Milan Skusenzi from Poland. It's a standing start. The seniors will go first. The masters will wait and have their own race. Brazil was the inaugural E20 Masters champion. Last year, Argentina on the podium. They've got to beat the very fast Morris Knyoppers, however.
Así es, porque nosotros en realidad en Argentina ya tenemos podios en los E20. El primero fue Emiliano Parisi, que rompió con todo esto, y la verdad fue un orgullo para nosotros los argentinos poder tener el podio de un latinoamericano que nos pueda representar una categoría que realmente es nueva para todos.
And we are off and racing. We're off and racing in E20. The E-Masters aren't out yet. They're going to go now. And a great start from the outside of Round 1. Julian Falivegne takes the lead. Good start from Falivegne.
Así es, tenemos a Julián Falivene, tenemos a Gastón Di Vela de los argentinos que integran el plantel, Emiliano Parisi y por supuesto Javier Hernández, que también se sumó a la delegación. También tenemos en lo que es E20 Senior a un piloto argentino que se llama Alejandro González, que está disputando en lo que es la divisional para representar a España.
And Chile, Hector Ramirez out on the first corner. There is two of our brilliant, Michelle Abuesa, and the 793 Portugal. That's Manuel Martins, also out of the race. Here are the masters, here are the seniors rather. Janet Jacobs, Levente Simon, Raul Vargas going for a move. And it's Janet Jacobs. He has been dominant. He has won every single race in E20, both heat races. Can anybody stop the Germans? There's Manuel Martins at the side of the circuit. Ellis Piazza running a little bit wide. But yeah, live timing once again sadly going off there. We've got the Alpha Live ticker on the left-hand side on board in one of these E20s. I think that's Vedant Menon. Vedant Menon's mechanic is his mum.
Is his mum?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. It's a big family.
A big family. As we look now, as the cart's coming through there, Ellis Piazza getting involved.
Le contamos para el que está del otro lado, obviamente, por qué se corre tanto en la E20 Senior como en la E20 Master. Es porque, obviamente, por la cantidad de pilotos, recordemos que los que pasan a la final son 36 pilotos. En las categorías, en la mayoría de las categorías hay 72 pilotos, pero en este caso hay un corte de 36, obviamente que por eso mismo todos pasan a lo que es la final de esta Grand Final. Y bueno, por eso los vemos corriendo en pistas a los dos, tanto los E20 Senior como los E20 Master. Ambas divisionales tienen obviamente lo que es el premio por separado.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously got there, we just had Sirikong Siri and Ellis Piazza coming together. They both continued. Michelle Abuesa having a few issues for Brazil as well. We have got Falivegne leading Masters from Knyoppers. In third position in Masters is De Bella, followed by Parisi, Matos, Fernandez, Jaeger, Amaral going backwards now. There's Raul Vargas in what is fifth position in E20 Senior. Thiago Falivegne still holding on the lead for your native Argentina.
Así es, porque bueno, Juli Falivegne fue uno de los pilotos argentinos que ganó el ticket en lo que es la final argentina de Rotax. Por supuesto, un excelente piloto que largó en el puesto número 2. Después lo tenemos a Gastón Di Vela, que también largó en el cuarto. Gastón Di Vela es a new driver in
Julian
karting.
Falivegne is new to karting, yes?
Yes. Gastón Di Vela too.
Okay, brilliant. Excellent.
An excellent performance in debut.
They have jumped in. So Matisse Rodriguez, he was Argentina's most successful Grand Final driver. He has got half of Argentina's Grand Finals podiums. He's not here this year. Are we about to see potentially Argentina's first Grand Finals victory since Facundo Chapur back in 2008?
En 2008, sí, así es. Facundo Chapur es un piloto de Córdoba que fue el primer ganador de la primera Grand Final que tiene Rotax Argentina. Por supuesto fue un placer. Y después de eso tuvimos una seguidilla, obviamente, de pilotos que hicieron podio, como el Picante Rodríguez, como también lo teníamos a Gaby Zuguela de la DD2.
Gaby Zuguela, yeah, DD2 Masters 2015 on the podium as well. Now, Yannick Jacobs, 0.2 of a second in front of Levente Seaman. Oh, there is Hector Ramirez, 70 years old, out of the race. Battle further back, the 711. We don't have live timing, unfortunately. It's been playing up here in the commentary box all week. Our timekeepers have some work to do to get that sorted. As we now look at Vedant Menon chasing. Is Vedant Menon. There's your top three. That's Akos Madaras, Nicolas Casarino, and Raul Vargas. That is the 613 cart on your screen. That is Vedant Menon up the hill. As we see there, Jacobs a 10th up. And looking further back, where is Falivegne still in front of Quinopez?
Do you know Julián Falivene is two nationality? Is Argentinian and Canadian.
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 Okay.
Right.
Well, he's representing the sky blue and white of Argentina. A lot of people watch Rotax karting in South America on the Fox Sports channel. You know, the Rotax Max Challenge Buenos Aires is one.
Right.
You know, you've got your own dedicated TV station to it, haven't you?
Yes. I am the journalist sport for all Latin America.
Yes.
And karting is my passion. Sorry for my English.
It's much
it's
better
so
than much better than my Spanish, as we're looking at Brazil and Argentina going at it in Masters. Up at the front, the 603, Yannick Jacobs. This is now a four-kart battle for the race lead. Here are your leaders. Jacobs, then Levente Simon, our camera kart, Akos Madaras. Behind him, Nicolas Casarino.
Raúl Vargas de España.
Raúl Vargas is dropping back a little bit. Raúl Vargas back to P5, as we have got, Germany, Hungary and Germany, the last two nations to win the E20 class. And there's Brazil v Brazil, Abuesa and Amaral. That is for, I think, 5th and 6th place in Masters. In between them, there is Michel Abuesa, and they're battling, in the top 5 in Masters. Here is the Masters lead. Falivegne, can Julian Falivegne hold off the defending champion, Maurice Quinopez?
Así es, cuando lo vemos ahí a Julián Falivene en pantalla, que tuvo una excelente actuación a lo largo del fin de semana, por supuesto, pudo sacar diferencia en lo que son los hits, donde era el puntapié inicial, ¿no? Para lo que va a ser, para lo que fue el ordenamiento de esta prefinal y para seguir sumando puntos para obviamente todo lo que todos ansían, que es la final, la gran final, donde vamos a ver obviamente los podios. ¿Quién se van a quedar con estos podios? Somos muchos argentinos los que estamos acá, pero también muchos latinoamericanos que están corriendo en estos 20.
Here we go, lap number 9. Battles up at the front. Jacobs still leads for Germany. Then it is the 613. The 613 not appearing. Vedant Menon doesn't appear to be appearing on the timing and scoring. But Team Mum are in P2. Vedant Menon for Bahrain. Then it is the 602 of Madeiras. Simon in 3rd. So the driver in the red and white race suit, Vedant Menon, he's not appearing on the timing and scoring monitor, but the driver whose mechanic is his mum for Bahrain is there in P2. Final lap, Natalia.
Le cuento los que están del otro lado de lo que es esta categoría, las categorías de los karting eléctricos. Pesan 224 kilos con piloto incluido. Hay una diferencia de 40 a 50 kilos de lo que es un karting convencional. Son unos karting muy pesados, por eso la mayoría de los pilotos entrenan con lo que son las DD2. training to DD2 in Argentina.
Yes, training. Oh, over the curb. Out of the corkscrew goes the number 6, Vedat Menon hangs on. Yannick Jacobs will continue his undefeated streak here in Bahrain. And now we wait. Can your countryman, Julien Falavigne, hold on, Natalia, please call the final couple of corners in Masters. Oh, we got a new leader. Who's that? Is that number 713? It is. That's Roman Jaeger in front now.
Así es, así que cuando ya ha terminado la categoría, la verdad que los argentinos estamos muy contentos por estos resultados.
Ah, no, it was further back. I think Falavigne, let's have a little look.
Claro, Julián Falavigne, Gastón Di Vela, después lo tenemos de lo que son los argentinos, pero también tenemos a Matos, que también, bueno, obviamente tuvo un muy buen desempeño en lo que fue esta Grand Final. Y tenemos, bueno, Javi Fernández, que también es del staff argentino. Y Emi Parisi, que fue el ganador del ticket en Sarno, Italia.
Okay, well, so we'll have a look at the results. Julien Falavigne does hold on. Maximo Castro, 7th. Anna Bedenek, 6th. Now, we are missing Vedat Menon. I don't know why he has not shown up on the screen. Raul Vargas dropping back to 10th. Here we go. Falavigne does hold off Morris Knyoppers. Ecuador, 3rd in Masters, Jorge Matos. Gaston Di Bella, Emiliano Parisi, then Adriano Amaral, Michel Abuesa. They were next. So very, very strong South America. Well, that is Argentina's first win of the Grand Finals this year. Your first time in the commentary. You must be a good luck charm, Natalia, to Argentina.
Okay, bueno, thank you so much for...
Francisco starts his engine, pre-final time, incoming for Micromax. Karachkovic and Wozniak go from row number 1. Oliveira and Charlie Page on row 2. Dian Singh Pahal and Albert Ferro on row 3. Benedictus Masiokas and Maximilian Richkovsky. Bruno Miranda and Lujan de Vet. No, Lujan de Vet is not out there. He has not started the South African. Now he gets going. Will he make it into his grid position? Jaden Francisco, Dominic Vieira-Roa, Turbo, Tariq Sophie, Timon Gergic, Oskin Perichavati, Emilius Kapkauskis, Maximilian Safazinski, Oliver Orprey, whose grandmother has been a joy to be around the paddock this weekend, coming to her first Grand Finals as we look down at some of the lower qualifiers. There's Jonathan Otterson, Naoshige Inose, Anna Mackel, Connor Haufer. He's further back than he would be expected to. Watch for Connor Haufer to come forward. Mikhail Toledo, Yen Chang Huang, Hugo Corby, Jack Clem, Domenico Mazza, rounding out the field. Let's see on board with Dian Singh Pahal, starting P5. In front of him, Gustavo Oliveira. The Richardson Chassis Engineering team entered driver the kart, who Lujan de Vet will start at the back, but he will start into the tram lines. Lights are out. We are off and racing. Hold your breath into turn 1. What a move from Jan Wozniak to go around the outside of turn number 1 to take the lead away from Karachkovic. Oh, a spin. Our camera cart has gone off. Dian Singh Pahal. There's a nose cone on the circuit. Whose is that? There were several drivers off at one go. We'll look. The number 24 kart, it's Jun Karato, who has lost the nose cone. We caught the tail end of that accident. Up at the front, Wozniak from Karachkovic. Page is next. We follow the field down out of the corkscrew, through the final couple of corners. There's been a big shuffle in the order. We follow down. Oh, Cardona, Liptak, Karato, Pahal. Karato without a nose cone in third. And let's have a look back at the onboard replay. So Pahal, he's got someone to his inside. Oh, gets turned around. Luckily, everyone else avoids him. There was a separate accident. Now, Singh Pahal. Oh, and there's another kart. That's the number 11. That's Bruno Miranda from Chile, vaulting up over the back of someone. Well, there is an image on Singh Pahal's crash helmet of a Sikh warrior, Nalwa. And he is going to have to summon the strength of Nalwa here to get back up into contention. Let's concentrate on the lead battle. Karachkovic is back in front. There's a move side by side. That was Turbo Tariq Sufi. But we've got a lead gap of 4. The drivers disappear from view down towards turn 2 through the roller coaster of the first sector. Up in the second place is Charlie Page. Wozniak has dropped to third. Albert Farrow runs fourth. Benedictus Masiokos. New leader, Charlie Page. Karachkovic looks across. Wozniak goes to the inside. He will push Page into the lead. Karachkovic has to fall back into 4th position. Farrow moves into P3. Behind them, Masiokos, Rechkovsky, Perchivati, Oliveira, Francisco Kapkauskas, Dominic Vieira Roa. You look at the insert, Singh Pahal running in 32nd position. He's 10 seconds off the lead. He's 1 second behind Domenico Mazza, who is the 31st place driver. Page defending. He now gets help from his countryman, Albert Farrow. Karachkovic back to 3rd. Wozniak is 4th. And oh, up the inside, good move from Masiokos to pass Wozniak. There is Juan Carato into the pit lane. He becomes the Juan Carato becomes the first retirement of the race. Sadly for Jun, Rosalie Rabasova has also had a spin. She is down at the back, up towards the corkscrew. Jaden Francisco there, a little bit hip and toe from Francisco. Luan DeWet started 36th. He's up to 15th for South Africa after not getting going at the start. What a recovery from Luan DeWet. We'll try and pick up the South African race suit, which is there at the green race suit at the back of that group of karts. Fantastic recovery. There, side by side, the number 6 black crash helmet, Max Rechkovsky, along with pretty and pink Jaden Francisco. Up at the front, Albert Farrow now leads. From Karachkovic, from Page, from Masiokos, Argentina's Augustin Perchivati, and then Portugal's Gustavo Oliveira. Karachkovic back to the race lead. The worrying thing for all the other drivers is that every time Karachkovic gets shuffled back, he seems to be able to effortlessly, and I mean effortlessly, get back into the lead. That is a worry for everybody else. Page, Farrow side by side for second. Oh, they give each other just about enough racing room. Page signals, come on, we need to work on keeping Karachkovic in bay. He slots back into 4th, gives Masiokos a push. That is more like it, they say. And they already close back up. Oliveira in 5th has got a whole train. It's now Lithuania's Emilis Kapkauskis in 6th position, following Wozniak. Then Francisco, Dominic Vieira from Colombia, the driver that got his start in karting by winning a prize drive at the 2023 Winter Trophy. Oh, and there's side-by-side contact with the number 14 kart involved. That's Lev Kovansky. He's already on his second chassis of the weekend after a crash. You have to go and buy another one from Rotax, who have spare chassis available. You get one free. You break that one, you do have to pay for a replacement. There is Fero leading, Karachkovic second, Page, Masiokas, Oliveira, Francisco. Now, can Albert Fero hold Masiokas off? Oh, there's an awful lot of chopping and charging and changing back in the pack there. Oh, and that was Luan de Vet up over the back bumper of somebody else. Potentially, that was Maximilian Machkovsky, 16th and 17th place. We're looking at Dian Singh Pahal. Pahal has now caught the tail end of the main pack. Watch the insert as Dian Singh Pahal starts to side his way past the opposition. The Sword of Kandar is about to be put into good use as he makes his way back up the order. Lead battle goes through. We've got the United Arab Emirates leading a trio of British drivers, leading Canada, Lithuania, Portugal, Colombia, Poland, Chile, Lebanon. Alex Noah Muhabkab is there in P11 from 21st on the grid. Then it's Kyrgyzstan and Turbo Tariq Sofi from Bahrain in 13th position. Lap 8 out of 9. Karachkovic back in the race lead. Oh, him and his team have found the sweet spot of every part, kart, engine, tyre. Oh, 3 wide coming out of turn number 5. That's going to end better than I thought it would, put it that way. That was Bruno Miranda hanging on to a place in the top 10. There's a move. Pahal to the inside. He gets 1. He gets 2. Runs a bit wide. And I told you the Sword of Kandahar was going to have to be put to good use there. The Nawal spirit of the Sikh warrior puts Dian up to P26. Well, Karachkovic has lost the lead and he gets it back. Here comes Page to the inside. Francisco is there as well. Final lap. Karachkovic. They're 3 wide behind him. Who's going to emerge in second? It's Fero, followed by Emilis Kapkauskis. Round the outside goes Fero. Can he put it off? He'll win. There's the Lebanese driver, Muhabkab. He started back in the... Oh, Karachkovic isn't happy. Someone's come into the pits early. They don't want to do a slowdown lap. They want to save their tyre is what they want to do. Fero from Kapkauskas. Page, Francisco. Then Karachkovic 5th. Let's have a look back at this last lap as the rest of the field head back towards Benedictus Masiokas falls to 22nd place. Dian Pahal on the last lap falls to 34th. There's Team USA coming down the barrier. I have to say, if the broadcast is dropping out, it is the internet in Bahrain that is causing the issue. There is an awful lot going on in Bahrain, including a summit of Arab nations, which is the internet capacity is dwindling out of our control completely. So here is your last lap. Karachkovic was leading. Fero sizing him up here. He'll now swing round the outside. He'll stay round the outside. He'll stay round the outside. He's still on the outside. He makes the move. Karachkovic now in second place. A little bit around. Look at Kapkauskas to the inside. Forces Karachkovic a little bit wide. Karachkovic is still there in second. Here comes Jaden Francisco, but up towards the corkscrew. Kapkauskas gets to the inside. Karachkovic just understeered a little understeered a little bit wide. And that was the end of that. Through goes Albert Farrow. There is your replay. For those of you who are upset, it's out of our control. For those of you who want to get abusive, then YouTube Clips Entertainment, bye-bye, your band, good night. That was no joke at all, that replay. That was one heck of a move. And Lithuania comes home in second position. Turbo Tariq Sofi, Bahrain are well placed in Micromax again. Anna Mackelm, a top 20 for the young lady from Austria. Dominic Vieira finishing 6th. Gustavo Oliveira 7th. Jan Wozniak down in 8th. They're some of the hard luck stories. But the good news is that we are all going to see these drivers. There's Bruno Miranda, my co-commentator at the start of the week. Gustavo. The name Barrichello is on the sting because we're on the Barrichello cart. We'll also be riding with Rubens Barrichello in this race. Zenderua, Nicola Pico, then Dmitry Kovanov, Barrichello on the outside of row 2, Yannick Nielsen, Martinis Tankavicius, Gabriel Zugella, Charles Sagan, Alex Fielenbach, Michael Hitchcock, followed by Joao Cunha, Matt Kinsman, then Slamir Moransky, Christoph Capitan, Javier Campo, Miguel Idro, Jonathan Morin, Peter Guitai, Pirit C, Tony Hogg. Then it's Noel Dowler and Yari Coivisto, Federico Moreno, Pedro Martins, Javier Alcant, Wim Rouleau, Kazuma Kimura. Christopher Mann starts 28th. He has not been 28th fastest. He is quicker than that. And hello once again to Mrs. Mann's 5th grade class from Vancouver, Washington. Her husband is about to race against this man. This man is got more Formula One starts than virtually anybody else. 11 Formula One race wins, runner-up in the FIA Formula One World Championship, and teammate for many years to Michael Schumacher. Just in case you 5th graders were wondering why Mrs. Mann is so excited right now. Here we go, Tiff Chittenden, we're off and running. Into turn number 1, Zenderua. They're going to go in early on Zen because he was so dominant. That's the tactic, isn't it, Tip?
Yeah, exactly. They can't afford to let him get away. And a lot of the pre-finals have actually been a lot kind of more fierce than I thought.
Yes.
Oh, and Piquet's got him.
Yep, Nicola Pico gets Zenderua. That's the first time all week that Zenderua has been headed. Down towards turn number 8. Tankavicius making a move on Barrichello. Wheel to wheel, inch apart. These DD2 Masters carts, they're still travelling at a good old lick of maybe 125 kilometres an hour, Tiff?
Yeah, they're pretty fast. They'll be just, they're heavier than the normal DD2, that's all. Other than that, exactly the same.
And that's not the drivers being heavier, that is the class weight is heavier to make them a little bit slower.
I mean, mate, a lot of the drivers might be heavier.
Well, I mean, you're out of the class now, Tiff. I mean, they made a special dispensation for you. These drivers are all 31 and over. Tiff Chittenden was allowed to retire for the class age 27 only. Yeah. Here we go. Pico, Derua. This is something we haven't seen. Derua now has to attack for the Slovenian. We've got France, Slovenia, Kyrgyzstan, Brazil. We'll do a quick check. Where's Miss Mann's husband? Oh, sideways. That's Alex Fielenbach from Germany. You will see the Team USA race suit. Christopher Mann's up to P26. Following, that's Pirit C from Estonia, getting forced a little bit wide. As we look now.
And Pico's quick, so he's actually faster than Zenderua as well. And we have seen he can make his cut quite wide.
Yeah.
So he's looking behind him a lot already.
I've noticed there, Tankavicius, it's the old Japanese style of like lean back, knees up. That's one way of trying to create aerodynamic.
He's very tall.
Yeah, Daru to the inside, lead change. Can he get it parked at the apex? Yes. And Dmitry Kovanov slots in the third position. This is going to bring Tankavicius and Barrichello closer to the lead, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's going to be quite a big train, and that's why Zendaru had to go for it, because if Pico wasn't as quick, then you know, he was going to be fed back into the field. But
of course, that is Pico's tactic, isn't it? Let's back the pack up to create more problems than possible for Zendaru. It's not just about pole position, because Darua has, you know, got a fairly big advantage. It's about dropping Darua as far back as possible. Here comes Barrichello in P5. Tankavicius passes Pico. They're letting Darua get away. Oh, Barrichello wheel to wheel with Kovanov up to P4 with the Brazilian. Or is he? No, over the curb. Unbelievable kart control. And behind Barrichello is now Yannick Nielsen, Gabi Zuchera, and Matt Kinsman. What's the atmosphere like in Team New Zealand?
yeah, this is the best Matt's been going, so I think they've made a few changes, and hopefully have got the pace, and he's on the back of the main pack now. So
he is in the back of the main pack, and anything happen now? Martinas Tankavicius from Lithuania gets somebody going over the curb. Does that look like
that was, I think, maybe Matt?
That might have been Matt Kinsman. Yeah, you know. Congratulations, Tim Kirst, the commentator. Well done. Now, Tankavicius. Is Daru playing possum a little bit, do we think?
No, I just don't think he looks as quick as he has done so far. You know, things have changed. It is.
Well, I know. I think what we could check. This is fact. This is actual. This is facts. Now, Darua went out twice yesterday, won both his heat races. His son, Cruz, was born in April this year. Cruz is with us in the hotel, is an absolute delight. Cruz filled his nappy both times Zen was on track yesterday. Zen went on to win. I know that Zen's parents are here. Quick, check Cruz's nappy. If it's not full, Zen's in trouble. If he's kept it, you know, it was quite exciting. Yeah. By the way, every time Zen went out on track yesterday, Cruz filled his nappy, and Cruz was looking at me smiling as his granddad told me that. Maybe it's the good luck charm. Oh, Pico!
That was yeah.
That could be the race. That could be the race.
Now he's going to be on the defensive, trying to stop, and we've got two off.
That
Canadian.
That would be Canada and Sławomir Moransky from Poland and Jonathan Morin from Sweden. Quick Christopher Mann update. Up 6 places to P22. If Chris Mann gets into the top 20 in this race, the kids have my permission to jump on the tables in class.
And 525 has gone into the pits. So I don't know if we have Kyle with him or.
We'll have a little look. Let's see. 525. Let's have a little look. That would be Sławomir Moransky after that incident. Let's have a look. Well, do you know something? Pico, he's quicker than Darua again.
Yeah, and this hasn't happened, you know, all day. So I think it's not just that he's got. I mean, the first corner move was probably a little bit risky considering he is faster.
And what's at stake? Yes.
But he's still in second, and they're still on him. So even though they're fighting, Zendaru's still not really got away. How quickly we saw yesterday.
Yeah, no, I mean, saving tyres is one thing. You know,
I think you'd want to get a bit further down before you start saving tyres.
Yeah, you don't want to start saving tyres with...
when you have a Frenchman within...
Yes, when you have Nicola Pico behind you, and also his friends from Lithuania, Kyrgyzstan, Denmark, Brazil, New Zealand, etc., sitting on your rear bumper.
Yeah, and it could be, you know, the others have been searching time. For example, Matt, he's found some time, he thinks, with the car and engine, so... and Matt has actually done the fastest lap,
at
the 53.4. So it might also be the others have found pace, rather than Zendaru just losing.
Sandbagging, that age-old trick.
I don't think. it was sandbag.
They just worked very, very hard.
Yeah.
Yannick Nielsen. And, oh no, look at the rear bumper of Tankavicius. Is that, now, that is a bumper that's hanging off. Now, they're not going to give him a technical flag as long as it's still attached on one side. They haven't even given him a technical exclusion.
It's not attached. I don't think it's attached on one of the sides.
It's attached on one of the sides.
Okay.
It's only half hanging off. Darua having to defend on lap number 9. Here comes Pico. Then Tankavicius.
And you see, so Matt Kingsman's already on the back of this pack, but
now what's happening there?
Help.
Yeah, Pico gets offline there. Over the dust, Tankavicius, half a bumper or not, is up to P2. What happened there? Because Daru was defending in turn number 1, and now he's got a big lead.
Yeah, Pico went offline. And I think there's moisture on the track there, so Pico went wide and just got what we call freight trained.
Freight train there, hung out to dry like the laundry. Yeah, our Alpha Live camera operatives reporting to producer James Fitzhugh, who in turn saying to us that, of course, the dew is setting. Oh, Barrichello running wide. Barrichello getting caught out. It's catching out the best. It is 8:45 at night here in Bahrain. Christopher Mann, 22nd. Kids in Vancouver, Washington, you've got 2 more places before you've got my permission to jump on the tables in Mrs. Mann's classroom.
So I think this is the latest we've been on track all week.
I think so, yeah, because we called Wednesday earlier.
Yeah.
Now, Barrichello has fallen back. He's behind Javier Campo. So Barrichello back to 13th. Campo is 12th. Joao Cunha is 11th. Alex Phelan back 10th. Michael Hitchcock, who works for the Kick Sauber Formula 1 team, in 9th. Zorgella 8th. Kingsman is 7th. Sagan, Kopanov, Pico, Nielsen. Yannick Nielsen, the Danish driver, is on a move. Here comes Barrichello round the final corner, picks up 12th place at the expense of Javier Campo. Kingsman now wheel to wheel with Kopanov.
And we've had another retirement, 524, the Korean.
Oh, Sung Hoon Moon. It's a full moon. It's not been a lucky full moon for Sung Hoon Moon. He obviously doesn't like racing under a full moon. Down towards Pico in 4th place. Now coming back at Tankavicius. Kingsman, that's how you do it at turn number 8, isn't it, Tiff? Just you cannot give them a chance. You've got to run them out wide.
But on the effort of pushing someone wide, someone else comes up there. That's what you have to watch.
Yes.
You concentrate so hard on passing one person that you still have to think about all the others, and we saw that in the other classes as well.
Oh yeah, full send up the inside. You run one driver wide, and then 3 others do the cutback on you.
Yeah.
Now, through turn number 1 we go. We're on lap 12 out of 14. Darua suddenly has a 1.8 second lead. Yannick Nielsen, Nicolas Pico, 2nd and 3rd. 4th is Charles Sagan. Tankavicius now has got to be conscious of that rear bumper. His pace has dropped off a little bit, and he is heading up a train. Gabi Zorrella from Argentina making the move to the inside of Tankavicius. Kinsman, Kopanov, Hitchcock, Phelan Barrichello, Cunha, Campo, Idro, Kaimura, Capitan, Bernier, Dowler, Pirizzi, Guitai, Duque. Who's that running wide?
2 off, I think.
Oh, that was Tankavicius.
Yeah.
Here comes Barrichello. He's got Phelan back in front of him. We're about to get 2 laps to go. So is that Zucchella in the 5.26? Let's have a little look. 5.26. That is Gabi Zucchella. And no love lost there between Argentina and Brazil, is there?
No, so Barrichello is making a good recovery back up.
Into 9th, yeah.
To 9th.
Yeah, Hitchcock has dropped back, so has Tankavicius. They were maybe the 2 that went off the top of the hill tip.
Yeah, and it's Tankavicius that has the bumper, and it does affect the handling slightly as well. So
yeah, I was trying to say, what does it affect on the kart?
Well, it's bolted to the back, so it will make the kart stiffer or looser if it's but he's doing pretty well, and but he's just trying to hang on, and that's causing some drama with the others.
It distracts you. It provides a distraction, and then that takes your focus away from the task in hand.
Exactly.
The task in hand, as they start the final lap, is to decide who's going to finish second. Kingsman defends. Oh, he sits on the parks and on the apex there. That's going to slow Kopanov down. It's going to bring Fielenbach, Shogella, and Barrichello into play. Meanwhile, this is the battle for second place. And it's Nielsen, Pico.
And I think Pico will probably qualify anyway for the final in front of him, so he probably knows he doesn't have to pass Nielsen.
Yeah, you know, Yannick Nielsen was 4th in points, Pico 2nd in points, so yeah, he'll have a little calculator going in his brain. A lot of these drivers will. But Zen Derua, there are now 2 drivers left undefeated in the Jacobs, Emerson McAndrew and Zen Derua, as the rest of the field come across the line. Now, where is Christopher Mann? The answer is 21st. Oh, kids in the 5th grade, you'll have to stay not on the tables. You have to stay sitting down. Now, back to class. Mrs. Mann can calm down. Oh, Tony Hogg crossing the line towards the back of the field down in 34th place. It's his last Grand Finals. You know, it's going to be a tough slog for Tony to get up order. Well, the full moon certainly created a few monsters amongst the drivers, but Tiff, it's been a really good day's racing, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Actually, the pre-finals are normally more hectic towards the middle.
Yes.
You know, the people that are desperate to make it or not. But actually, I've been quite surprised to see, you know, the juniors and seniors go for it up front.
Oh, yes.
A bit of drama. These guys obviously slightly different because they know they've made the final.
Yeah, and still, that was not a boring race, was it?
And it's still great to see the others have caught Zenderu up. So we're looking...
Oh, someone pointing at a nose cone there.
So I'm still good.
Well, we don't know yet. We haven't had proof. I will wait to see the